Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well. Big day ahead of us. What's happening, Nino? Bro, take over. I'll be back in 2 minutes, okay?
Okay. Hello. Good afternoon, guys. How are you? All good, all good. Galore, how are you, bro? Everything's good? Okay, let me send a link here. Let me send a link here. No.
I'll be right back, bro.
Okay. 10 people here. Hello, guys. The afternoon team is here. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Hello, my bro. How are you, sure? All good? Let's kill it today. Let's kill it. 11 people here now. Yesterday, some people. Please, I need a. Yeah, bro, you can go to. We have the mentorship link in the description. You go take a look. If you have some question, you can always message me or DHey on Insta, okay? Or even on Discord. I'm gonna post the Discord link here on the chat. Okay, there it is. There it is. Me personally, I'm always free to answer some questions. You guys can always message me, even on Discord, Insta. Yeah, you can always send messages. I'm always free. Not free, but I always like message and respond to people. So you guys feel free always. But guys, 12 people here. How are you guys? You good? How everyone's doing? Guys, today we have a big announcement. We have a big announcement today. You need to turn in on the stream. 14 people. Where is my morning team? Where is Jay? Where is Uber? Overtime FX. Where are you guys? Not morning, but afternoon team. Yeah, I'm always. It looks like we have some news today, right? Yeah, 3 o'clock. We have some news. Plenty of time left. Plenty of time. So guys, if you're new here, you can always say something in a chat. So guys, you watching the stream from what country? Let me know in the chat. Because trading is a thing that like puts people together from all over the world. So you guys let me know where are you watching us? Like me personally, I'm from Portugal, you know? What about you guys? Lucas, how are you, bro? Hello, bro. All good, Lucas? All good, all good. So guys, we're gonna have a giveaway running today on the Discord. So you guys join the Discord, put the notifications on. When you share it, you're gonna receive the notification, right? Good, but back to my yeah, man. You guys see? Lucas is driving for 21 hours and he's still here on the stream. Put the eyes on Lucas. Put the eyes on Lucas. From Malaysia. UK to damn, bro. Shush. Yeah, man, that's crazy. I have a friend in Poland too, bro. Like from Varsovia. I think it's Varsovia. From Malaysia. Damn, yeah. Malaysia. I think Malaysia is a really nice country, I think. Malaysia. Yeah, man. It's very clean. Damn. Malaysia. UK to bro, that's crazy. UK to Poland. How many kilometers was that? Kilometers. Damn, bro. That's too many kilometers, bro. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Oh, there it is. Overtime effects. Yes, sir. Hello, bro. Hello, hello, hello. How are you, bro? All good? Bro, DA is coming with his fuel, the coffee fuel. So we are waiting a little bit, like waiting for some people to join, have a nice conversation. Because you guys know, we just look for trades after 1:30, so we have time left. You can chill a little bit. Yeah, man. I always drink coffee too, like coffee in the morning, like a full cup. But yeah, it's like at 10:30, 11 max. Yeah, I drink it about this time.
Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. How is everyone doing? He loves his coffee. Of course I do. You guys know me too well. By the way, I don't think anyone got the notifications today for the live stream, bro. I don't think the notification got posted in Discord either. Did it? Or did it post? Because I think I scheduled it, so due to that, I didn't send out the notification to everyone on YouTube when we went live. What
Bro,
did it?
let me know one thing. Like you can listen some hair into the mic.
No, bro. Did I send the notification out on Discord? Or no?
Yeah, bro. I send it.
No, but usually YouTube sends an email and a notification. I don't think it done it this time, or maybe it did. Okay, it did. I think. Could be wrong. Let me know, guys. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing?
Yeah.
Seems like after yesterday, gold didn't really do much, did it? It kind of just like consolidated a little bit within the same sort of area. Should be a fun day ahead of us today. But what's happening, Delor? What's happening, DAG Forex? Please, I need a mentor. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lucas AO from Malaysia. What's happening? From UK to Poland. What's happening? What's happening? We love Poland. What's happening over time? Ube, Ayub. Hope everyone is ready, guys. Got some news coming in today as well, for sure. We've got news coming in around 3 o'clock until 3. We should have actually got news coming in at 3:30 as well, and so that's perfect. Got news coming in at 3:30, but this is again our orange folder. It's not really a high impact folder, but it still will move the market since it's still our orange folder. What's happening, Mike? What's happening, Simon? How are you, my brother? Hope everyone is doing well. Good afternoon, guys. Let's have a blessed day together once again. Good afternoon, good afternoon. So, guys, let's understand one thing. We've got news coming in the next 10 minutes or so, right? So when you obviously do have news coming in, you sort of want to stay out of the markets, and you want to let you want to let the market show you its hand. When I say show you its hand, in terms of, like, you know, the technicals as well as the fundamentals, right? At the moment, we could analyze the markets for sure, but the minute news kicks in, we need a whole different perspective of markets. So it doesn't make sense for me to actually have any sort of perspective to the markets at the moment, because I will have to change it right after news kicks in, right? So that's the only thing we need to keep in our mind. So yeah, let's just stay out of the markets for now and see if we can take something with news. This one here is starting to pump a lot, this 30-minute candle, isn't it? Oof. Jeez. I think this is maybe the news getting pressed in or something. This is starting to pump. Wow. But yeah, give it a couple minutes, guys.
Bro, what do you think of? We just post a giveaway when we have 50 likes.
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
What
We can do
what
that.
do you
We
think?
can do that. Yeah, guys, we will be posting the giveaway today as soon as we hit 50 likes. But this might be news getting pressed in, to be fair. Look at the way it's spiking up. Insane volatility kicking into the markets. Something like this now is it seems like price is starting to go to the top side, either because they want to again grab the cheapest price possible and they give you positive numbers and then start dropping the price for the rest of the session, or it's because the price is now getting priced in due to the news, right? So let's see what the numbers are like. We've still got a couple more minutes left before the news kicks in. So we've got CAD news coming in as well as the USD news coming in. So another 7 more minutes, we should have news coming in, and then from there we should be able to take something for sure. But yeah, look at the price just spiking all the way to the moon. Anyway, let's look at this from the monthly perspective quickly, right? So again, we need to understand something on the monthly time frame at the moment, right? Gold is actually super bearish. As we can see, it has again violated the lows of the previous monthly candle. So this is where now we need to try and understand, what can this candle actually do? Well, there are two things which can take place, right? Either the retest of the 50% area, which we have here, which is done now, and a pullback, and then again a break of this area, or a retest of this 50% area as well as this major resistance here, which will essentially now start to hold as a support area, retest of this area, and a massive rejection. So again, what can be considered a rejection? Well, in order for this to be a rejection now, we technically need the monthly to start trading above its own 50% level, and then that's technically turning this candle here into a rejection candle. So let's mark this level out here. Again, key level, you guys can see we're retesting it. Previous monthly candle here, the massive bullish candle here, sort of left an imbalance down here. So now what they've done is they've brought the price all the way down here, collected these orders, and again, as I have mentioned now, either this will become a pullback for us or this will become a rejection. So now let's say this is a pullback, right? How can we trade this if this is just a pullback? So this is where we need to understand the ranges that we have on the monthly time frame. So these are the key levels which we have on the monthly time frame, right? So let's mark out the highs. And let's also measure the lows, which is approximately how many pips away. If we just measure this whole range, this is about, is more than 700 pips, this range. So let's mark out the lows here as well. And now let's try and mark out the 50% area. So again, everyone understands, right? At the moment, technically, we're super bearish on the monthly time frame. This is your monthly 50%. So that's your 46.70 level. So now everyone understands on the monthly perspective, right, that markets are quite bearish. But what it has done now is it has given us our first target to the downside. So again, every time you achieve our target, it will either start to give you a pullback or it will start to become a rejection. But at the moment, we cannot anticipate this to be a rejection. We can only anticipate this to be a pullback until we start to see price actually breaking past the 46 level. That's when you will technically see this monthly candle becoming a rejection candle, right? So this is where, if we scale down to the weekly, okay, look at that, right? If we can now also mark out our levels on the weekly, guess what? This weekly candle here now is still trading below the 50% area of the previous weekly, isn't it? Look at this. So now think about it, guys. If we have positive numbers coming in the next 4 minutes, and we start to see some sort of major rejections forming from this major level of ours, which is the previous weekly 50% level, which again, remember, we did not retest this yesterday. This is exactly what I was anticipating, either for them to start selling the markets or for them to pump the price, and then they did sell the markets, right? So they still technically did not give you a retest of the 34.35 level. So what they could do today is they could actually give you the retest of this area here, and then from there technically start to reject the price again. Because you need to understand what's up here now. Well, above these highs, you have a lot of liquidity in the markets, and guess what? So if they do start to break past this area, they are generating a lot of liquidity once again, and from there they can start to cause those massive rejections and a nice clean sell-off. That's definitely a possibility. So again, everyone understands on the monthly we are super bearish until we start to actually close above this area here, which is the monthly 50% area. So what kind of a closure do we need? Well, we need a higher time frame closure, right? We don't need a lower time frame closure. We need a weekly closing back above this support area, which we have just left behind, the support area being this area here, because technically, right, we can expect this to also be a fake out. How does a fake out form? You see one candle closing below the previous support. So this is your candle that closed below the previous support, and then the next candle that opens right after will respect the lows and not break the lows, and it will make the highs invalid, technically making this whole move to the downside a fake out. So again, a fake out can be seen, but how can we anticipate this candle here to start forming a fake out? Well, first of all, it needs to make this previous 50% level invalid. As long as we are below this 50% level, guys, this is our range now. This is our range. So looking for any sort of buy positions is very hard. It's very hard to look for any sort of buy positions, especially if you understand gold from the higher time frame perspective, right? It is super bearish at the moment. So now everyone understands the levels on monthly as well as the levels on the weekly. Let's also mark this out. This is your previous weekly 50%. So now this is where what we need to do as traders is we need to go down to our daily range, because we have the weekly levels, the monthly levels. Now we need to go down to our daily range. So there it is. This is our daily range. Now guess what? Now what we can start to do is we can start to mark out the highs of the daily candle and the lows of the daily candles. And now within this range, we can start to play the game of probabilities, because guess what? Within this range, we will have the 4H candles, we will have the 30-minute candles, we will have the 1-hour candles, we will have 15-minute candles, all the good stuff that we need to start looking for our trades. Again, we're waiting for the numbers to drop in the next minute. Once the numbers do drop, that's when we will start to align the technicals with the fundamentals. And you know, that's how you sort of build a high probability setup, because at the moment, guys, no one can anticipate what the numbers will be, right? So if you start looking for buys now or sells now, and you've got news about to drop in the next minute, you're in to a certain extent you're gambling, right? You really are gambling. So okay, we understand that as long as we're below the previous weekly 50% area, gold is super bearish. So now what scenarios do we have which we can technically trade? Well, one thing I can think of now, I think the numbers are positive because we saw a nasty rejection from up here, so probably most likely positive numbers, right? Most likely positive numbers. Anyway, before we start to look at the numbers, it takes 1-2 minutes for it to load up anyway. We've got to mark up the 50% level on the intraday as well. So I think most likely the numbers are positive because they're starting to spike down really nicely. So at this point on the daily, we've got the 50% area just here now. If we can see gold giving us some sort of a decent confirmation below this area, then I'm looking for a sell-off, because again, everything is bearish. Every single thing is bearish. We just need our intraday to become bearish again and give us some sort of a decent confirmation, and then we can start to look for a sell-off, right? So it's very simple, guys. This is what you call top-down analysis, right? You're looking at markets from the higher time frame perspective, and then you're sort of breaking it down into the lower time frames, and you're looking for those lower time frame confluences and confirmations, right? So now it's very simple. As long as price is trading above this 50% level of ours, there's a very high chance that they can take out topside liquidity and then from there start selling the markets. But if we do start to see some sort of confirmations below this 50% area, then there is a very high chance that we will see a wick fill and break scenario to the downside, because the whole daily candle is only about 100 pips. We know realistically every single day we can see gold moving about 200 pips on a daily time frame. So it's only moved about 100 pips so far. So you know, there's plenty of range that we can fill. So if we can fill in more range, then guess what? Look for the ranges that we can fill. Well, looking to the left now, there is a range that we can fill to the top set, and as long as this area here is being respected, guess what? Rejections from up here are valid. As long as this area here is being respected, the rejections from up here are valid for us to start looking for a sell-off. Because again, remember, the confluence that we are interested in is the retest of this previous weekly 50% area and our rejection from up here. And so technically, if we do start to pump all the way up here, we will be breaking above this first wick fill area. This range will be getting filled, and then the next range is all the way up here. But as long as we can fill this range and start respecting the structure highs up here, this becomes your liquidity play. This becomes the cheapest price possible on the intraday, and then your daily starts to become a 180 to 190 to 200 pip candle. So that's sort of like your intraday limit exceeded in terms of the pips, right? So if we can align all of this together, this is where you need to understand gold can start to give you a very nice sell-off. Whereas if they do want to just give you a sell-off now, and this is just the upper wick, then we need some sort of a confirmation below the daily 50% level. And this is where if we scale down to the 4H, look at your 4H candle, it's actually still quite bearish, right? In terms of, because you got to understand, it's still got another half an hour left before this comes to a closure, right? So I think the numbers were positive as well. There you go, super positive numbers now. So there you go, fundamentals are on our side now. This is where we go to the 30-minute candle with the NY open. We know that the NY open candle always does something dodgy. So if it always does something dodgy now, we understand everything is super bearish. If this candle starts to give us some sort of a break past this area here, I think it's a clean valid sell-off. Honestly, we can start looking for that sell position. And another thing we can now start to look for is we can start to look for that 50% area on this 4H candle. So there you go. To be even more safe, we can start looking for the sell-off below this area here. So I think this is a very decent confirmation now. If we do start to break past this area, we do have the 30-minute lows down here as well. And since we do have the positive numbers as well, we're basically aligning the technicals with the fundamentals, right? I think it should be a very nice position here setting up. Our sell position is what I'm interested in, until again, you know, we can start turning bullish. If the monthly is bearish, if the weekly is bearish, if the intraday is bearish, I have no business looking for a buy position, right? Why would I trade against the trend? It just doesn't make sense, does it? So there we go. This is your 4H 50%. which is essentially 24.33. So the playbook scenarios which we can start to look for here now is, again, see, anything below this area here becomes a clean valid confirmation for an impulsive entry. This is where your impulsive entries will make sense. Otherwise, you can obviously wait for the closures below this area here to start looking for those sell positions. It really just depends how much volatility there is in the markets. If there is a lot of volatility in the markets, then your impulsive entries will start to make sense. Otherwise, again, as I have mentioned, we will start to look for those closures below this area here and then start to look for that drop. But as an example, right, if we get, let's say, a closure below this, if I can quickly annotate this, let me just annotate this. Let's say we see a closure below this, you know, this candle here starts to close, and the next one opens, and the next one breaks the lows. Well, this will be your first range that you want to see gold filling. This will be the first wick fill area on the daily as well. And then once we do start to go past this, you got to understand this is still just a 100 pip range that we're trading within. Anything below this, guys, gold can again turn into our Titanic, just like yesterday. You need to keep that in your mind. It can still drop a lot for the rest of the session. Unless we see some sort of confirmation to the top side, gold is super bearish. Think about it, right? It's super bearish. Yes, I understand that the monthly has done its job now. It's given you its target. But again, we cannot anticipate the monthly to just become a rejection candle because it's starting to give you a pullback and it has given you its target. You need to understand this is the target number one, but if they want to keep the price super bearish for the rest of the month and also the next month, how much time do we have left now since the next monthly opens? Well, the next monthly will be basically next week, right? So essentially this is the last week now. If they want to give you a pullback and a dump, they have to do it this week. Or if they want to just give you a rejection, then they again have to do that this week, right? So technically the job of the next candle will be to open and dump or open and pump. So you need to understand the timing is crucial at the moment. So if this is the last week now before the monthly comes to a closure, either they need to give you a bearish monthly or they need to give you a bullish monthly, or the third option will be indecisive monthly. Indecisive monthly means it literally closes at that 50% level. It's not closing bearish or bullish, right, in terms of the closure, but again it will be bearish since it has still broken past the lows of the previous monthly candle. So there are different scenarios which we can trade. We just technically have to wait for our confirmations. And again, as I have mentioned, I think we can see some sort of a pump maybe past this range here and some sort of a rejection setting up from up here. Since then they can start to grab a lot of liquidity from up here, right? Because think about it, all of your swing traders who are trading based off these intraday time frames, or even your intraday traders, right, where are the stop losses? The stop losses are all the way up here, and majority of the times, guys, we gotta understand they need to take your money before they can give you the actual clean move. If they haven't taken your money, they will not give you the actual clean move, because markets will not move if the liquidity is not being generated on daily basis. They need to generate X amount of liquidity, right? So you got to understand, majority of the retail traders actually become part of the liquidity, right? So this is where you need to technically just let them generate all the liquidity, and then when they are ready to give you the actual sell-off or the actual pump, it depends, right? That's when you sort of like anticipate a scenario and you execute it without hesitation. So scenarios on the playbook now. No trade, 27. Okay. I think a decent scenario which we can really look for if we even go to the 4H is technically the 4H fake out scenario forming from up here. It depends how this candle here gives you a closure. If it gives you some sort of a closure, let's say above this double resistance here, which we can see, the next 4H could technically open, maybe give you a retest up here and start dumping. Or what we could see is retest of the 50% on this 4H and then a pump back past this area here. If it starts to give you a pullback and it starts to go past this area, then most likely, guess what? This area here becomes your wick fill area, right? This becomes your topside target on the intraday. Since then, you are bullish on the intraday. If your intraday is bullish, you can see a massive pump. but it really just depends what the next 4H does, guys. To be honest with you, I would not be looking for any sort of buy positions at the moment, because again, this 4H is open. There is that possibility of next 4H opening and just causing the cleanest fake out from up here. So I am interested in a buy position, but with the new 4H, not yet. By the way, guys, we are announcing a giveaway today, but we need to hit a like goal of 50 likes, and we are doing a massive giveaway, guys. This will be something that can change your life. We are going to give you, like, let's just say, right, it will be a package that includes the blueprint to become profitable trader, and we will hold your hand and lead you through the process, right? So drop a like on the stream. We've got a massive giveaway coming up. We're not giving away like 100, 200 pounds, which is not really going to do anything for you guys. This is a life-changing giveaway which can change your life. So guys, if you are interested, make sure you drop a like on the stream as well. So again, understand one thing, right? Where are the markets today? Well, the markets are trading at all-time highs on the intraday. What are we anticipating? Well, we are quite comfortable with looking for sell positions. Again, look at the price action. Just think about it from this perspective here, right? Let's remove everything. Even if it was just like candlesticks you were looking at, look at this bullish candle here, right? Ended up closing with a massive wick to the top side, aka looking like a rejection candle, right? It closed as a rejection candle. Then the candle right after ended up closing exactly the same way, closing as a rejection candle. So guys, do we really have any confirmations at the moment which is suggesting that gold is going to become bullish? Well, we don't really have anything, do we? And if you look at the structure is super bearish, with, you know, broken past this area here now. And as I said, as long as we're technically trading below this area here, which is the rejection area, we are super bearish on gold, right? We are super bearish on gold. So would it make sense for us to look for a buy position? Not really. When does it make sense for us to look for those long-term buy positions? Well, once it starts to give you a decent closure above this previous weekly 50% area, because then what happens is it's not that gold becomes bullish. Well, what happens is your weekly area now, which is the 50% area, gets violated. Then this becomes your next wick fill area, which is the monthly 50% area, right? So anything above this, you have a clean range of 120 pips. You can start looking for those buy positions and you can start anticipating them. But until then, this is a massive rejection area, and you do not want to trade against this area. Look guys, there are certain areas, right? Either you will trade against those areas or you will trade with those areas. At the moment, everything on gold is bearish, right? The monthly is bearish, the weekly is bearish, the intraday is bearish. So would you want to trade against this area, or would you want to trade with this area? You need to understand, right? As retail traders, we do not create the volatility. We do not bring the momentum to the markets. We don't have any buying power. So we need to understand, right? We need to keep ourselves very humble, and we need to sort of anticipate when the buying power or the selling power will kick in. So we know if it does start to retest this area, there's a very high chance that the order flow will increase, right? And that's where, if majority of the orders here are bearish orders, we understand that price can start to drop again all the way down to the daily lows. So if we know that this scenario here can set up, why would you want to trade against this? You know, why would you want to take a breakout here or even a breakout here when, you know, gold is super bearish? All you can do today is you can just look for a sell position from up here. Or what you can also do is you can be fluid in the markets. You're like, okay, cool, fair enough. I will only look for a buy position if I have a decent confirmation. So this is where you're like, okay, cool. 4H is technically a HTF confirmation. On the intraday, the daily's only moved about 100 pips altogether. If the 4H actually gives me a closure above the previous two resistance levels, you know, double resistance here, and the next 4H gives me a break above the highs of this 4H candle, and then from there gives me a pullback and then a confirmation, then I can start buying gold because I know this is my range, and I can expect this wick fill, and then this could be my target. Anything past it, my positions are risk free, and it's just a bonus, right? So that's one thing. Yes, you can trade, right? Or what you can do is you can just stay out of it. You're like, okay, cool, I'm just going to miss out on this buy position. But the minute I see a nice clean resistance forming up here, a rejection here, I'm going to start selling gold because I understand everything is super bearish on gold. So again, guys, do you want to trade against the markets or do you want to trade with the markets? What does it mean when I say trade against the markets? We understand on daily basis there is a trend. There is either a bullish trend or a bearish trend, right? Today, clearly the trend is quite bearish in terms of the monthly, the weekly, even the intraday trend is actually quite bearish, right? Because even though this candle seems quite bullish, it actually did break past the lows at the start and it did drop a lot before pushing all the way back up. So again, think about it. The bearish trend is still holding and we are still trading below this major level of ours, and we know as long as we're trading below this level, gold is bearish. So the minute we see our closure above this, we can say like, cool, okay, now the trend is actually reversing, so we again want to trade with the trend. So now we can start just looking for those buy positions. But until then, I think it can work out. But if you're looking for those, you know, massive plays in the markets, those 100 pip plays or the 200 pip plays, guys, I really recommend that you trade with the trend, right? Honestly, your life will become 10 times easier if all you do is you try and anticipate what the trend is doing and just stick with the trend. Don't trade against it, because I'll be honest with you guys, I was actually trading against the trend at one point. When it pays you big time, guys. Like, especially if you're trying to catch the lows of the trend, right? And you catch the lows and all of a sudden you've seen a reversal, and if the trend is like 300 pips to the downside and now you're catching the lows and all of a sudden you're up like 200 pips, yes, they can pay you big time. But at the end of the day, it starts to become predictions, in my opinion. Whereas if you're anticipating a trend and you're trading with the trend, that's when you're being more sensible with it, right? Because you just need that one trade or maybe two trades or something along those lines, right? You don't need something along the lines of 10-20 trades, which is so stressful. It's a psychological game. Keep that in your mind. It's a psychological game, guys. Again, we've got a massive giveaway coming up which will be life changing. Our target like goal is 50 targets, right? What's our like goal, Nino?
50 likes.
Tell them, bro. Tell them.
Yeah, the like goal is 50 likes for us to announce the giveaway on Discord. If you don't get 50 likes, you guys need to try tomorrow because we don't go announce it today. 50 likes and the giveaway is out. So no, today, after the stream, or even on the stream, if the 50 likes hit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, one thing I love about this now is this is your NY open candle, right? So what they've done now is you need to understand they need to take your money first before they give you the actual move. Try and understand this. They need to take your money first. So how can they take your money? Look, bullish, 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 break. Everyone's buying, 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 buying. And now if they start to drop the price, guess what? They have taken your money here, right? They've taken your money. You need to really understand, first they need to take your money before they give you the actual move. That's why majority of the times we stay out of the markets, because we understand that gold is a very tricky pair to trade, and majority of the retail traders actually lose money trading this pair. It's super volatile. It plays a lot of tricks. That's why if you can understand the tricks that it plays on you and you can start to deal with them, that's when you can start making so much money from this pair, guys. This pair can actually make you rich if you just focus on this pair and one session, which is the New York session. The most volatile session on gold is the New York session. And all you need to do is just not become the liquidity, understand where the trend is, and because it moves so much, make it 40 likes. There is only 40 people here. No, we saw more than 50 people, right?
57 at least.
We saw at least 57 people today, so there are more than 50 people. So guys, drop a like. Honestly, as I said, this giveaway, like, I am not exaggerating it. It will actually be life-changing for someone who actually does win the giveaway. Trust me when I say this, guys. It will be life-changing for you guys. So this is not like something where we're giving you one-time payment of 100 or 200 pounds. This will be the blueprint on how to become successful and become someone who is achieving financial freedom through trading, right? We will help you, we will hold your hand and lead you through the process. But again, drop a like so we can drop the giveaway details, right? Okay, there we go. It's starting to set up very nicely now. As I have mentioned, I am looking for a clean sell-off because they've done they've done this massive spike up here. They've taken your money now, and now they should be giving us a clean drop on gold. And so I think anything past this area should be very nice, to be fair. 15 minutes. I need something below this though. Something below this area here. So I think a closure below this area here is a valid confirmation for us to start looking for sell-offs or some sort of a break below this area. Obviously, we do not have any sort of wick that we can look for unless we start to look for a break past this area. But yeah, I think we can, if we can get a closure below this now in the next 10 minutes or so, the new 4H can technically give us that drop. It's becoming very decent now. I think, guys, yeah, it will be recommended that we wait for a closure on this, because if this actually does start to become quite bearish now, then the next 4H can start to drop, and I think it will be a very nice clean drop to the downside. Because again, understand the daily range, it has only moved about 100 pips or so. So if they do want to keep on selling the price now for the rest of the session, guess what? You've got plenty and plenty of range to the downside that you can start targeting, right? Look at that. This whole range is about 200 pips. So if they do want to start selling the markets now, and this is the upper wick done on the intraday, and they now want to start selling it for the rest of the day, this could be your whole 200 pip range that gets filled. So keep that in your mind. Something big can be setting up. 45 people watching, we can hit 50. Just know your channel only, but you are great trader. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support, guys. Appreciate the support. Okay, looking at the 1H now. Oof, look at this rejection on the 1H. Yeah, if the next 1H opens and it breaks below this, it's a clean impulsive entry here. And as I said, if we can maybe even get closure below this on this 15-minute candle, it's a clean trade here, to be honest with you guys. It really is. Let me see this. As in, let's say if we were to, the SOs will be too massive. That's the issue. If we were to look for these impulsive entries here, the SOs will be massive, right? So if we can wait for a closure on this candle, then guess what? The next candle can technically give you a pullback, right? And then start to break below the lows, and that's when we can start anticipating the drop down to obviously this support area, and then we can start using this 50% area here as a stop loss. But at the moment, the SOs will be too massive, way too massive. Yeah, I need decent SOs if I'm to sell the markets here, because using the highs of this candle here as a SO is silly at the moment. It's silly because it's literally just retesting this key level of ours at the moment. It hasn't really given you any sort of a closure. It's literally just fluctuating near this key level of ours, and we can see the amount of rejections we get from this area here. It's insane. So you do want to wait for at least a closure before you do start to look for something here. So I think impulsive entries only will make sense if we can see some sort of a wick fill area getting violated, and the wick fill area which we have now is this area here, right? It hasn't been violated just yet, so I think it'll be best to stay out, wait for some sort of a closure. We've got 8 more minutes left, and as soon as we have a closure here, the next candle that breaks the lows should give us a sell position here. Again, the whole daily is only about 100 pips. So guys, it's a very nice clean range to the downside that we have. Even if we just aim for the daily lows, that's about 40 pips. And the minute it starts to go past the daily lows now, oh boy, it will turn into a Titanic. Let's just say that, right? Because even on the weekly, again, remember I mentioned earlier, the weekly needs to give you either a bullish closure or a bearish closure, because it's the last week before the monthly comes to a closure. So it's crucial for them to either give you a massive bearish close or a massive rejection, right? It really depends. So now it makes sense for them to also start selling the markets for the rest of the session. We've got news coming in, I think tomorrow as well, right? Got news coming in at 3 o'clock. Then tomorrow we've got news coming in around 2:30, and then I think we've got Thursday we've got, yeah, Thursday is volatile as well. We were 7 o'clock, and then after 1:30 news kicking in, and then Friday should be, oh, even Friday is super volatile. So we have a volatile day on Friday as well. So super volatile week, guys. It will be very interesting, to be honest, to see where they sort of close the price, right? Super interesting. But anyway, we don't need to worry about the week, right? We're intraday traders. We're looking for those scalp positions. At the moment, the only thing that we are looking forward to taking is either this sell position here, or again a pump to this area here, and then again a sell position. We just care about this intraday range. We don't care about what it will do tomorrow or the day after or anything along those lines, right? It's Eid. Yeah, man, you're gonna get Eid, right? It's Eid, is Eid. So again, looking for some sort of a closure below this for a sell position, or impulsive entries will be break of this, SLs being essentially up here somewhere, because how big is this 1H candle now? It's a massive candle, right? So I think you will need to use this area here essentially as a stop loss area, right? But yeah, so entries below this, it makes plenty of sense, especially if it can take place with the next 4H, which is again a super volatile candle, right? Super volatile candle. Let's mark this out quickly. The lows are all the way down here, and the 50% area is all the way up here. It aligns perfectly with the daily 50% area, doesn't it? Perfectly. Yeah, we need a closure below this essentially. This is your 4H 50% area now. And I will also show you guys the scenario that I'm looking for on the playbook. Let me just quickly mark this out, and your 94.92. Yeah, this is the key level, which I really do want to see gold trading below. Look at that double support here as well. Aligns perfectly with everything. So some sort of sell position below this. As I said, either the impulsive entry we can take or a closure below this. It makes perfect sense for you to start selling the markets, right? Because the trend is quite bearish. Everything is super bearish. And this is where you're aligning the technicals with the fundamentals. And yeah, it's a very nice clean scenario below this. Very nice scenario. So sells below here. Let me just put that on the screen. Again, what are the targets? The wick fill areas are the targets. Keep that in your mind as well. It really just depends now what kind of a closure we get on this candle, because if this gives you some sort of a breather closure, so if it ends up closing as a breather candle, next one breaks the highest, then again we understand it can pump up. They can generate some sort of liquidity above the daily highs, and then later maybe with the New York Stock Exchange they can start selling the markets. So it's just a waiting game now, guys. ED from Daniel after 50 likes. Yes, sir. If we can hit 50 likes, guys, trust me, we've got massive giveaway coming up. Massive giveaway. Again, this is, as I said, not something where we will give you like a small payment or something like that. This will actually be life-changing. Trust me. So I think, yeah, honestly, anything below this, it's a clean sell position in my opinion. Very nice sell position. But it needs to either give you a closure below this area here, because now let me show you the scenarios on the playbook, right? So the scenario on the playbook is essentially the 4H 50% breakout. And that's where we're anticipating the daily lows to also technically start breaking. So the daily lows breakout. So daily lows breakout, where is it? Maybe it's called D lows. Yeah, we can say daily lows retest. Once we've had the daily lows retest, that's your TP1, right? So again, look at the daily lows. You have a support area here. So this will be a clean range of about 44 pips before you can start taking your profits here. And then that's where the next scenario can start to set up, which could be the daily lows fake out. Because again, you need to understand there is still liquidity down here, right? Either they can cause a fake out from here or another breakout. If it is a breakout, then guys, again, look, it can start dropping. You can see a really nice drop on gold. 100%, you can see a very nice drop on gold. Until then, again, what can we do? Our part is to stay out of the markets, let it set up. Anything below, looking for a sell-off, impulsive entries on the break of this candle. As SLs go above the highs, it has no business breaking past the highs. if it starts to actually give you a break past the lows. And yeah, I'll be looking for something along the lines of this. But yeah, at the moment, nothing has been taken. We are still waiting, right? That's one of the scenarios which we are interested in. There we go. This is the new 4H coming up now. Let's see what the new 4H does, guys. This is the new 4H. It has, you know, sort of closed as a breather candle now, hasn't it? Look at that. It's closed as a breather candle at this point. So again, understand technically what they could do is they've given you the 50% retest of the 4H now. So there are two things this 4H will do: either break past the highs and then from there start to give you a wick fill and pump, or they will start to give you a break below the lows and technically give us this entry here. So yeah, it's just a waiting game now, guys. As soon as it sets up, let's take it. Use appropriate risk management. Again, guys, drop a like. I beg everyone watching right now, just click the like button. It's not that hard. Yes, sir. Hit the like button. It just takes 2 seconds, doesn't it? Nino, make sure you're ready as well. I think below this, your cells are very much valid. Your TP areas are again looking to the left. If it does start to go past this area now, I think the decent area will be, yeah, this should be like where you want to apply risk management, because you can see massive amount of rejections to the left. So this could be your risk-free area. Make your risk-free here. So this is where you can make it risk-free and you can let the rest run. You could also secure some profits here if you would like to, but this is essentially where you want to make it risk-free. And you got a big TP to the downside, to be fair. It would be sensible to let this play out. But again, guys, always have an area where you can make it risk-free. And look at the R2R on this. If this plays out, you're risking like 1% to make almost 3%, right? It's a decent trade. But again, apply risk management, and if you can secure partials, secure partials. At this point, you will be up around, yeah, just a little bit more than 10 pips. But look to the left, right? It's not something that I'm just giving you because it's 10 pips or 15 pips or whatever. It's there for a reason, because look how many times gold has given you a rejection from this area. Once, twice. So would it make sense for you to let the price go against you? Because again, you need to understand, right, the volatility is there now, so everything is there. So the minute it breaks past this area, it makes sense for you to make it risk-free, doesn't it? So yeah, I do recommend making it risk-free around this area, and you can let the rest run. It's a little bit more than 10 pips, I understand. It's a, yeah, I would recommend making a risk-free here, to be fair. You can never go broke applying risk management, right? And then I do recommend letting the rest of the trade just run. I will give you guys different take profit levels, but your number one objective is to make this position risk-free. And again, look to the left. These are not random areas that I'm telling you to just make it risk-free at. It's there for a reason, right? It can cause a really massive rejection from this area. So this is where you just make it risk-free, and your TP1 could be essentially this area down here, right? Which is the 1-to-1 area. And then once you can secure something down here, you can let the rest just run. So again, two things you need to understand. The objective number one is to make your trade risk-free. Objective number two is to secure some partials. And then objective number three is to let your trade play out. Don't be scared of letting your trades play out, guys. Again, as I said, guys, we've got a massive giveaway coming up. All you guys need to do is drop a like on this stream. As soon as we hit 50 likes, we will be announcing the giveaway details, guys. As I said, this will be life-changing for someone who does win it. You know, I think 10 people can win the spots. So yeah, there is plenty of room for you guys to actually win. So just hit the like button. We've got 10 giveaway spots. So yeah, there you go. This will be the first position I'm interested in. Otherwise, as I have mentioned, this can be your 4H 50% retest now, and gold can start becoming bullish and they can start spiking the price up. And we can always look for a sell position all the way from up here because we have clean price section up till 3. And around 3 o'clock, that's when the news will kick in. So we will extend our session as well. We will extend our session till what's it called? 4 o'clock today. So we've got plenty and plenty of time left. Can you look at the 4H? Yes, the 4H is giving you a retest down here, and now the 4H is pumping up. So this is what you call essentially a 50% retest of the 4H, right? If the 50% retest gives you a rejection and a confirmation to the top side, that's when you can start looking for a top side play. But you need a confirmation. At the moment, gold is super bearish. This is just a retest, liquidity play. It always happens. NY open is a dodgy candle. Never trust it. Look at the half one candle. This is the candle which gave you the confirmation of resistance. So this is just the upper wick now. The minute it starts to break below the lows, it has no business breaking its own highs. So this is a valid trade. We just need to wait for it to set up. Again, the entries are there. The risk-free area is down here. This is where you want to make it risk-free. If you want, you can secure some partials and then let the rest just run. Again, drop a like. Let's hit 50 likes, guys. What broker do you use on TradingView for gold, bro? We've got FXCM. FXCM is really, really good. That's the one I use. You can use FXCM as well, or you can use Oanda. It's really up to you, but I prefer to use FXCM since the prices are very much correlated with the prices I have on my broker, right? It's very, very much similar. But yeah, this is the position we're looking for. Need to let the price settle down a little bit. Again, guys, we've got 60 people watching. I'm pretty sure everyone can drop a like and we will hit 50 likes. And as soon as we hit 50 likes, we've got a massive, massive giveaway coming up. Which again, I don't like to repeat myself, but it will be life-changing. Trust me when I say this, guys. Believe me. I've been watching you since last year. I so appreciate it. Appreciate you, Farhad. Thank you so much for joining. 3 more likes. Come on, guys. Let's do this. 3 more likes. But yeah, at this point, guys, sort of just need to let this play out. There's not much we can really do as traders. We technically just need to wait for this to set up. It's a very decent entry because now when we do see a break below this area, you will be seeing a violation below the daily 50% as well as the 4H 50%. Again, intraday is super bearish, and anything below this, your sell positions are so clean, honestly. Until then, there is another scenario, which is to the top side, right? The top side scenario is technically now gold giving you a wick fill to the top side and breaking above. But it's super, super risky looking for any sort of buy positions just yet, in my opinion, unless you want to again trade against the trend, which is always something you can do, but I would prefer to stick with the trend today. I need to quickly go grab an energy drink, man. I want to be caffeinated for the New York Stock Exchange Open, since we've got plenty and plenty of opportunities ahead of us. So guys, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Nuno, you take over, okay? I'll quickly go grab an energy
Okay,
drink.
brother. So guys, looks like we hit the target of likes.
Yeah, Nuno, you talk about the giveaway.
Yeah.
Release it. I'll be back in 2 minutes, okay?
Okay. So guys, about the giveaway, we just don't want like 1 people to win, 2 people to win. When I give like the opportunity to like
Yeah, but Nuno, make sure we
yeah.
release the details on Discord, okay? So everyone, make sure you guys tune in
Okay.
on Discord. That's where we will release all the details, okay? I'll be
I
back.
can release with the my text. Okay. I'm gonna do it now. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay, okay, guys. Okay. Uh, let's make some measurement. Okay, guys. I'm gonna release it now. Let me. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Almost 60 likes, guys. Damn, guys, you're awesome. You're awesome, guys. Awesome, 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 awesome. Yeah, bro. Yeah, guys. As I say, we're gonna like give this opportunity for more than one people. Because how we see how the giveaway is just one people, two people. You know that kind of stuff. And then yeah, on this way we can like give the chance to more than two people or three people or four people. That's 10 people. So yeah, the giveaway is done. Make sure you react to the post. We already have 7 reactions. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Yeah, my bro Deadshot. Let me tell you something. If you are able to trade, you need money. So, and $300, it's like what we think that's the best for trading, like the minimum for trading and for making some money. So you're gonna need $300 at least, but I don't see what's the problem. That's a free month, that you're gonna have on our group with trading plan, with everything, you know. Let me tell you.
But guys, essentially, like the target, the goal here is, uh, what we are going to do now is, essentially, we're going to invest some money into funding companies, right? So we're going to get some people to join our, what's it called, giveaway now. And essentially what you will do is you will join us through our trusted broker. We have affiliation with the broker, and what happens is every time you join our broker, we get paid a little commission. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that commission money to one side, and what we're gonna help you is we're gonna help you make money on your $300. Essentially, maybe try and double it. It depends. We've got different risk management settings. It depends on your appetite. And then the money we also make from the commissions, we're going to start investing it into funding accounts. So we're going to try and help you guys get funded. This is where essentially what we are doing now is we're helping you make money and then invest it into funding companies. And what I want to do is I want to create a team of like maybe 5 to 10 people who are funded, and then we trade here every single day together. Does that make sense? Obviously, I'll go into more details. There is like a whole structure behind this, but essentially that's what the plan is for me. It will be From one thing, we help you make money, and then you reinvest it into a funding account, and then we help you pass the challenge. And by the end of the year, hopefully, if we can help 5 to 10 people get funded, bingo, that's the goal. And I think we need about $400-500 to buy a funding account, right? That's essentially what we're looking to do. So I've basically got a broker. I've got to deal with them. They will essentially pay me a commission every time someone joins through our link, right? So it's all about transparency. We've got nothing to hide here, but again, this is our plan. From one thing, we will help you make money and reinvest it into the funding programs. So essentially, buy challenges for 5 to 10 people. These will obviously be maybe 50K challenges that we can invest into, and then from there, try to help you get funded. And yeah, that's the plan. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know. Is it a good idea? Is there any way we can make it better? But that's roughly what I'm thinking about. Because again, this could be very life changing. Since if you get funded with a 50K account, you can make a lot of money. A lot of money. Your 1% will essentially be a lot of money, right? Let me know if you guys think it's a good idea. That's sort of roughly what I'm thinking. We've got a whole plan behind this, but that's what I'm thinking. How is it free if we have to deposit $300 to your trusted broker, which you are probably affiliated with? Of course it's free. It's your money that you're depositing. You're not giving it to us, are you? It's your money. You deposit, you take it out. That's your money, bro. Of course it's free. Of course it's free. But again, that's the plan, right? That's sort of the plan. Because we're sort of doing this on a bigger scale. We're trying to do this with 10 or 20 people, right? We're not doing it with 1 or 2 people. So realistically talking, guys, I'm not going to spend £500. Like this is not what I'm going to do, right? I'm being realistic. I've got a lot of other stuff to deal with. So I'm not going to spend £5,000 on just buying the challenges. I don't even know if you guys are serious. But this is where, again, as I said, I've got affiliation with a broker, which I don't need to lie about. I just got this recently, and what they've done is they said to me, look, every time someone deposits about $300, we will give you a one-time commission. So this is where I can generate some money from and then reinvest it into the challenges. It's a very simple, what's it called, giveaway. But again, it's very life-changing because we will help you get funded with at least a 50K account. That's kind of what my idea is. It's a silly idea because anyone depositing $300 is guaranteed to lose it. No. How does that make sense? If we are the ones giving you trades, we're the one giving you risk management plans, we're telling you when to enter or exit, how can you lose the $300? Unless you can tell. That's the thing, guys. Look, we're all about transparency here, and this is a rough idea. We're not hiding anything here. We're giving you guys the source, or we're telling you what the plan is. If you think it's a silly idea, you can let us know in the chat. But I think it's a really good idea. You're making money from something and then you're reinvesting it into something, and then at the end of the day, the plan is to get at least 5 to 10 people funded. And yeah, that's what my plan is. If I can get 5 to 10 people funded, bingo, I'm happy. And that's really good for me as well. That's really good for my reputation in this business, right? Because again, the 5 to 10 people I help get funded, I can use them for even marketing as well, right? So, I'm a very honest guy. It's a very good thing for my business as well, right? But again, for you guys, everything will be free. It's a giveaway. The only thing that you will really need to do is put the effort in, put the work in. We will give you everything from A to Z, how to get funded, what to do. Like A to Z, we will give you everything. We've got the risk management sheets here. And how can someone say you are guaranteed to lose $300? What are you talking about? If you take about, I think, guys, look, again, this is where you don't understand what real trading is about. You will not lose your money if you are a trader. If you are a gambler, that's when you lose your money. So again, look at the number of trades that we want to average out. It's around 20 trades, right? We want to average out. This is in a month, by the way. This is the minimum. And essentially, the target for us will be to double your money, which will be $300, right? And so this is 75% win rate. For the past 2 weeks, we've been running on 100% win rate. So you cannot tell me that if you're risking this much, In a month, so this is only for a month, by the way. We're not saying that we're going to give you trades for the rest of your life. This is just for a month. There is a plan in place, there's a structure in place, and the minute you hit your $300 profit, essentially maybe in a month, that's when you reinvest it into a funding company. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. It's better to just concentrate on this streaming for the next 5 years and grow the stream. I think growing the stream is cardinal goal. If we have 10,000 discipline following this, yeah, 100%. Look, we're not going anywhere, right? We are going to work on this stream as well. That was just another idea I had. There is nothing wrong with different ideas if they make sense. Is all about numbers, right? If the numbers make sense, there is nothing wrong with it, right? It's all a numbers game. I've given you guys all the numbers, A to Z. Is 100% transparency. I could have lied to you guys, but we've given you 100% transparency. We said, look, once you do deposit, we will get paid from the broker, and the minute we get paid, we'll buy funding challenges for you guys, and then help you get funded, and that's good for our image, that's good for our reputation, and that's good for you guys. That's it. That's sort of what the idea was. Let me know if you guys think it's a good idea. If not, we can think of something else. We're open to feedback. Yeah. But that was something we thought about. We're like, okay, cool. The live streams are doing well. How can we help people? So that's something we came up with, right? Again, look, at the moment, guys, roughly what's happening is we're still trading around this resistance area, and we are also still trading near this support area. And as I said, look, this is our range on the 4H. As long as we're trading below the highs over here, it's still technically bearish, right? This is just a retest. And so if it's still technically bearish, we need some sort of a confirmation to the downside, right? Or we need some sort of a confirmation to the top side to start looking for the leg up. So again, our entries have not been activated, but you've got the New York Stock Exchange coming up in the next 9 minutes. So think about it. If they do give you a bullish closure above this now, and the New York Stock Exchange open in the next 9 minutes gives you a break past this area, it can be a very nice sell-off, guys. It can be a really, really nice sell-off. Honestly, a really, really nice sell-off. It can be a really nice sell-off. And I think this is where now you need to time the markets, right? And you can time it with the New York Stock Exchange. Start selling the market below the breakout area. It will be such a nice clean trade, because look at the range you have to the downside, because this is your daily 50% area as well as your 4H 50% area. So I think with the New York Stock Exchange, if we do get that open and dump, let's use this area here as a stop loss, which is the 30-minute highs and the lows over here as an entry area. Bro, what if the 230 gives a break on the upside? Possible buy or not? It is a possible buy, yes. It is a possible buy, yes. We can see price pumping up, but again, as I explained earlier, your whole intraday is bearish, and if you do look for a buy position, you've only got about 20 pips that you can squeeze out of this, or even maybe, let's say if you do get lucky and there is volatility, around 67 pips. But you're again going against the whole trend. The markets are super bearish, right? So if you can stick with the trend, which is the bearish trend, then you can get a very nice drop on gold. Like, guys, you gotta understand, right? Momentum will be in your favor if you stick with the trend. Otherwise, you are going against the momentum. When you're going against the momentum, yes, sure, you can still squeeze out 20 pips, 30 pips, but it's not going to give you like an insane volatile play, which we are always interested in, like 100 pips, 80 pips, right? So if you want the big moves, you need to stick with the bearish trend today. Does that make sense? Right? You can still squeeze out something, don't get me wrong, but look to the left, look to the left. Look, if you want to look for a buy position above this, right, you could maybe squeeze out another 13 pips, 18 pips. But now when you look to the sell positions, look how much you can squeeze out below this. You can squeeze out easily 55 pips, and once it starts to go past it, guys, it can turn into a Titanic. And I'm not against your plans. You guys suggested feedback, so I have my honest feedback. Do you prefer silent followers? No. No, 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 no. Look, guys. We're trying to build a community here, right? So, everything we sort of plan, we will discuss with you guys because, again, we want feedback, right? So, trust me, like, we want you guys to give us feedback. If you think we can do something to make the live streams better, tell us. We're all about transparency here. We actually want to bring the actual value into this game. Like, we're not here to make money off you. We actually want to bring value because I understand how law of attraction works as well, right? The more you put out there, the more you receive. So I will expect God to give me what's written for me, right? I'm not expecting that from you guys. We're literally doing this here for educational purposes only, and we are not expecting anything back from you. This was just a rough idea which we thought about because, again, we're thinking about it, right? We're like, okay, cool. How can we actually do something on a bigger scale where we can, help change 10 people's lives, right? Clearly, I can't just like buy 10 challenges for you guys because that would be a lot of money, right? That's not something I can do. I could do, but again, it's not something sensible, right? Because I don't know if you guys are going to blow that account up, but the minute now you are willing to work with us, that shows that you're very serious, right? So I'm like, cool, these serious individuals, we can actually like invest into them and they will become part of our team. So that's the thing. We had this vision with it. That's all it was. Like, it was just a vision, and we've kept it 100% transparent. Nothing was hidden. All the details were given to you guys. And if you agree with it, if you think it's ethical, come and join us. If you don't agree with it, then don't join us. It's very simple, right? We're not forcing you. Ever thought of opening a PAM? PAM is basically account management, right? I do management, but with account management, guys, I take minimum 5K, but that's again just a startup. Around 5K. With 5K, I try to do 10 to 15% every week for the investors, 5 to 10K. 10 to 15% every week we do for investors. We do 50-50 profit split. Anything below, I don't do that because I've got a lot of capital. We're trading almost 7 figures basically in terms of capital. So anything below 5K, it's really hard to trade. Really hard to trade. 5K is again startup capital, just so we can build that trust with investors, and then we like them to invest way more, right? That's just the startup capital. Anything below 5K, we're not interested. No, we can't really do anything with it. So yeah, there you go. Again, waiting. What? I'm just land here. Did giveaway finish? Giveaway on Discord. But yeah, guys, where is everyone from? We've got plenty of people watching. Let us know, where are you guys watching us from? Again, we are on a crazy win streak. Can we appreciate the fact we have not taken a single loss for the past 2 weeks? And again, guys, look, trading is very simple, right? We have this setup here that we're waiting for. Until it shows up, we can't do anything. Yo, I'm from India. Oh, nice. We got. Wait, I thought you couldn't trade Forex in India. I thought Forex trading was banned in India. I could be wrong. Maybe you're using an offshore broker. I could be wrong. That's what I heard. But someone watching from Birmingham. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. But yeah, I thought that Forex trading was banned in India. I could be wrong. And as I said, maybe you're just using an offshore broker. I think I was looking into it. Like, you get fined if you get caught trading in India. They will fine you so much money. Something along those lines. That's how you know they don't want you to win. I'm from Romania. Oh, shout out to Romania as well. Shout out to Romania. Yeah. Shout out. So we got people watching from like all over. And again, guys, we all have the same plan, right? Everyone has the same vision at the end of the day. It's just that everyone's journey will be a little bit different. We all want to achieve financial freedom. And, we're very experienced in the market. And, this is where we can try and help you as much as we can. But on your part, you need to just stay consistent. Pakistan. Jeez, Pakistan. We got Pakistan in the building as well. We've got Canada in the building. Your home country. Yes, sir. We've got plenty and plenty of people here, guys. And yeah, let us know where you guys are from. Yeah, but we can trade from authorized brokers, so it's not a problem. Okay. I understand. But on the authorized brokers, the leverage is probably like 1 to 50 or something along those lines, right? So the brokers I use our leverage is about 1 to 500, and I know there are a couple of brokers offering leverage upwards of 1 to 1500. Like, it's crazy. Some brokers are offering crazy amount of leverage. uh Borneo, nice. UK, London, that's it. London, I'm from London as well. I wasn't really born in London, but I grew up in London. Oh, different places to be fair, but yeah, mainly London. Yeah, it's very strict. Forex is legal in Pakistan. I don't know, brother. I'm not from Pakistan. I don't live there. I haven't been to Pakistan for over 10 years, so I have no clue. I have no idea. Manchester, UK. Oh, amazing, man. We got people from Manchester, London. We got a lot of people watching from the UK. But guys, like, think about it, right? The amount of money that you will make at your 9 to 5 at average, how much can you really make? About £100, £200, £300 a day? I don't know, because I've not really worked a 9 to 5 in such a long time, so I'm clueless when it comes to it. But with trading, you can literally do the same thing, because like, how much would someone like to make in a week? Like, £1,000, £2,000? That's so realistic. With just like one funded account, you can do £1,000, £2,000. So guys, what's the average that people make in the UK on weekly basis? I leave in the UK, GB. You leave or you live? Okay. Can't withdraw 500k plus in India from India, I heard. Oh, that's crazy, man. Uh, Argentina. Ooh, Argentina in the building. There are even some brokers with 1 to 3,000 leverage. Yeah. I saw this video. This guy deposited like $10. Bro, the guy just started stacking. I think it was a news event, and he flipped $10 to like $15,000. I was like, holy! I didn't even know that was a possibility, bro. Bro, you know there are some
man.
brokers with 1 to 3,000 leverage. You can literally flip $10 to like like $15,000. It's crazy, bro. I didn't know that. But then you can't have any pullbacks, bro. That's insane, man. That's insane. I was that opened my eyes. I never thought that was possible. I was like, it's just every day you realize like you can make money in so many ways. It's crazy. It's crazy. uh £550, 3 days work in UK. That's what I had. Okay. Not bad, not bad. But yeah, that's the thing. Look, if you work in the UK as an example, right? Because I can only use the UK as an example because I live in London. Well, first of all, you need to make sure that you have the rent money. You've got all of your expenses covered. It depends where you live, but the rent money is about £3,000 a month, maybe less, 2,000. Let's say 2,000, right? It really just depends on your condition as well, where you are living, which area, how big the house is. But let's say the you're paying about 2,000, 1,500 to 2,000 per month just for the rent. And also your other expenses, blah blah blah, maybe another 1,000. So just £3,000 a month is your expenses, right? The minimum you need just to survive. So think about it. Everyone should be aiming for at least around £7,000 to £8,000 a month if you really want to live a decent life in London, right, where you can actually cover your expenses and then actually go and have some pleasure as well. You can actually enjoy some of your life as well. So the sweet spot I think is aiming for £8,000 to £10,000 a month. That's where you can live a decent. What about insurance? Oh, Simon, don't talk about car insurances, bro. That's the most expensive thing, bro. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it, man. That's the most expensive thing, bro. Oh, it's actually easiest to way to lose money with the high leverage as well. Yeah, 100%. If you do not know what you are doing, then it's super dangerous. But again, guys, look, New York Stock Exchange Open has arrived now. We still haven't seen our break past this area. This is just the first 5 minutes. In the first 5 minutes, again, it's going to be super spiky. So we are going to stay out of the markets, but let's see what it does in the second 5 minutes, right? The second 5 minute candle, if it can start to reject now the second 5 minute candle, and if it can give us some sort of a decent break below the lows down here, I think the sell-off will become valid with the New York Stock Exchange volatility. Because again, I don't think the breakout here is valid just yet, because it's still just the first 5 minutes, right? So this is where I want to see a rejection forming from up here. As long as it's respecting the 4H highs, your double top scenario is also being respected at the moment. This is your 4H double top at this point now. The first 5 minutes, the spikiness kicks into the markets now. And if the spikiness is done, realistically talking, price has no business going past essentially this area. So I think it will be a very decent stop loss as well, like just up here above this max pullback area, around 38 pips stop loss. Break of this, look for a sell position. Otherwise, let's say if gold is bullish, right? What can we look for? Can we look for something to the top side? Again, as I mentioned earlier, it's very hard for you to look for something to the top side until you have a breakout, pullback, and a second breakout, right? Again, is this our fault that we haven't taken anything? No, gold hasn't even gone past 100 pip range on the intraday. So the markets are just slow, right? And we're looking for a high probability trade, and nothing has really shown up just yet, has it? But if it does start to break above the, what's it called, your 4H area, especially in the second 5 minute, with the second 5 minute candle, this is starting to actually become a valid breakout to the top side, right? But again, I would recommend being extra cautious here. If you are looking for a buy position, you have a clean range of about 37 pips. So above this, your buys can play out. But let's say, what could your stop losses be? Let's say you're looking for a buy position, right? Above here, how big your stop loss will be. You've got the 4H. Looking to the left as well, you've got these rejection areas approaching. I think the smarter thing to do will be to look for that sort of pullback and then take the price back up. But at the same time, this is your New York Stock Exchange open now. So if it does have a lot of volatility, it can give you a very massive pump. But again, think about it, right? Or maybe you could use the previous 15 minutes as a stop loss. That's more decent now. Something like this. Because the New York Stock Exchange volatility is here, but we're not going to enter just yet. I want to see what sort of a reaction we get up here. If it does start to actually go past this area here, and then from there, if it gives us a pullback, then we can start to look for those buy positions. Otherwise, as I said, guys, I'm interested in the sell positions. But one thing I do understand is that gold has only moved about 100 pips. So you've got plenty and plenty of range to the top side as well as to the downside, right? But again, this is your New York Stock Exchange open. I think what we can do is maybe wait for a closure above this, and if the next candle breaks the highest, we could look for something. But I'll be completely honest with you guys, I'm more interested in the sell positions than this, because even look at the R2R, it's just not something I like, to be fair. See, the R2R is just not there, because this is your Wickfield area number 1 being respected 3 times. So I don't know, it's not something I'm very interested in. But that sell position, as I said, if it does set up below your daily 50% area, that's something I will really be interested in. With the buy positions, I think is a little bit tricky. Maybe the second 15-minute candle could give you a buy position, but I don't like the buy positions. I'll be completely honest with you guys, because look at the R2R on this. It just doesn't make sense. What's the point of taking this? Whereas a sell position from down here gives you such a nice play. Very nice play. Very nice play. So again, guys, I think we will stick with our original position, which is the sell position here. Nuno, you're ready, right? You know the area where we need to sell the markets from. Okay. No. Stop loss will have to be... Wait, let me see. How much of a range do we have? Okay, let's say where would the 50% of this candle be if we can place the stop loss above it? Yeah, I think stop loss will have to be around this area here, man. It will have to be 45 pips. It will have to be above these pullback levels. But you do have the R2R to the downside, so it makes sense. It makes sense. But yeah, I think this will be the safest stop loss that we can place. Will have to be above the max pullback level on this candlestick. because the next candle, essentially what the next candle needs to do now is it needs to give you a pullback and then just start dumping. Until then, again, this is still an open candle. Two ways this makes sense. Even if you go to the 1H now, see it's giving you that sort of double top scenario over here, the 1H, a very nice rejection. From up here, this is the double top scenario which we have anticipated gold to form. So if it is a double top, we need a nasty rejection now and a sell-off to start forming and for price to start selling off for the rest of the session. Otherwise, again, this is just a pullback, and anything that goes past this area here for the second time, I think will also give us now a valid breakout to the top side. It really just depends on what sort of volatility we have in the markets, because they have technically now given you a retest of this area. So their price has no business breaking past this area here again for the second time now, right? So if they do start to break past this area for the second time, I think even the buy positions are becoming quite valid at this point, since we only have a 100 pip range on the intraday. So let's say if we were to look for a sell-off, man, is this range that's throwing me off, right? That's the thing. Let me quickly see the 5-minute time frame. Oh, breather candle on the 5 minutes as well. Let's see. 4H actually did end up closing bullish. This one's giving you the retest of the 4H. Actually, you know what we can do is, let's use the lows of this current 30-minute as a SL, and let's see how it reacts up here. If it does give you a valid breakout, what we can do is we can try and make it risk-free up here and just squeeze out about 14 pips from this buy position. But as I said, I need some sort of a closure above this. Okay, so if we do actually get a bullish closure above this area here, let's start looking for that buy position. But in the last 15 minutes, it needs to spike up and start breaking past the highs for us to look for that buy position. Otherwise, I will be staying out of it. So number one thing that I'm looking for, the confirmation being a closure above this area here. If we can get a closure above this area, then yeah, fair enough. Otherwise, I think I will stick with the original position, which is the sell position, right? But if we do get a decent closure above this, next one breaks the highest, let's give it a go, okay? SLs will go below the lows, since it's not just one 15-minute low here being respected, it's two 15-minute lows here being respected. But again, I'm thinking about news is coming in as well. So either we take a position here now on the next 15 minutes, start looking for that pump, and make it risk-free ASAP as soon as it spikes up to this resistance area here, which is 14 pips in profits. You can make it risk-free, and before the news kicks in, you literally are risk-free. But the issue is, if markets do start to consolidate, as an example, right, we see a breakout, it pumps and it just starts to consolidate, then you could technically get stuck into something, and taking something before news is a bit risky, to be fair. It is a bit risky, to be fair. I think let's wait for news, right? It will be a bit risky now. Yeah, I think it will be a safer bet to wait for news, because it is a red folder, to be fair. Because if this drops, guys, and let's say we're in a buy position and this goes against us, the slippage could be insane. As I said, we're trading a lot of capital, upwards of almost 7 figures we're trading here. So slippage on a bigger account means thousands and thousands of pounds, right? So I think, you know, let's wait for this. I'm gonna let it go. So if it does break above this, most likely it will spike up, but I'm gonna wait for the news to kick in. Yeah, I'll be smart about it, because I don't have the appetite for slippage. I really do not have the appetite for slippage. We'll look for a sell position here, but
even for the sells or just for the buys?
We'll just wait for the numbers at the moment. Even
Okay.
for the sales, yeah. I need to see the numbers dropping. I don't
Bro,
have the appetite for this.
So give me 5 minutes, okay, bro?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
Take your time. So guys, do you understand why we are choosing to stay out of the markets at the moment? Because let me know if everyone knows what slippage is. If you don't know what slippage is, I can tell you what slippage is. I like quality trades. Yes, sir. We like quality trades as well. That's why we stick to one trade a day, and we are on a crazy win streak, because we only take the highest probability setup market gives us. Guys, let me know what what slippage is. Let me know. If you don't know what slippage is, I can explain it in detail. So everyone must understand what slippage is. Slippage is the most dangerous thing we can face as retail traders. Like literally, slippage can take you out for the rest of the week. That's how bad slippage is. Let me know, guys, in the chat if you understand what slippage is. Otherwise, I can explain it to you. I don't mind explaining anything to you guys. You guys just need to ask me questions, right? And I've got the chat playing here on the other screen. So anytime you guys actually ask me a question, I will see it right away and I will reply to it as soon as I can. Please do. Okay, let me tell you guys what slippage is. Okay, so now pay attention to the screen, right? Let me zoom into it. As an example, let's say we took our buy position here, right? And our stop loss is below the lows here, okay? As an example. Now, we understand that we got news coming in the next 15 minutes, and look at the folder. You see it's a red folder. It's a high impact news event. It means as soon as this drops, there will be a very big volatile effect in the markets, right? It will be super spiky. So what happens is usually with news kicking in, the spreads widen, right? So when the spreads widen, what happens is, as an example, let's say you've got a buy position here and the news goes against you. It means the price actually drops rather than it goes up. So now what can happen is, because the spreads have been widened, even though your stop loss was here, because the spreads have been widened by 10-20 pips now due to the news, your stop loss will get triggered all the way down here. So imagine if you are risking £2,000 on this trade, you can somehow end up losing £4,000 on it because the spreads were widened due to the news, and that's what you call slippage. So do you understand now why I am so hesitant and I don't want to take a trade before news kicks in? Because I don't know what the numbers will be. No one knows unless you're an inside trader. You don't know. This is inside information, right? But what I can do is I know when the news does kick in, there will be a lot of volatility in the market, so I will let it settle down just a little bit and then I'll execute. So this is where we will just extend the session for another hour. It's very simple, right? So again, guys, slippage is your worst enemy. As a retail trader, you want to avoid slippage at all costs. So again, look, imagine if we take a sell position here now and the markets just go dead for the next 14 minutes until news drops. Then guess what? You're stuck in this trade. And if the news goes against you, you're potentially facing slippage, right? It's very dangerous, guys. It's very dangerous. So trust me, be willing to miss out on trades, because slippage will destroy your trading accounts and that would mess up your psychology, and we all have to be in a good psychological state if we want to make money on consistent basis, right? So think about it. And also, gold has only moved about 100 pips, guys. There's nothing we can do about it. The markets are just slow. But guess what? Maybe it's because the news will make such a big impact, the markets will become super volatile. So we've got opportunity coming up in the next 13 minutes. Until then, we just need to wait. There's not much we can do. Our trades are just not here. Nuno, take over. I'll be back in 2 minutes, okay? Just get some water, all right?
Okay.
But yeah, make sure no trades are taken before news, okay? No trades should be taken before news. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey Daniel, Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak to you as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys. Okay, yeah, quality trades always, bro. And yeah, if we take a trade now and we stuck in the trade like till news, will not make sense, because we don't know the numbers. We can't predict the numbers, and slippage can make us damage, So it's always better to wait the numbers, chilling, wait the numbers, see what the market's going to do, and then take the best high probability trade that we can take. That's the thing that we are waiting. Makes sense, guys, right? Because I think Daniel are explaining that what slippage can do to our accounts, and it's just not worth it, It's always better to wait the numbers. We are traders. We need to see the numbers. We're not inside traders, So we're waiting the trades, see what the market can offer us, and then we take the trades. Make sense, guys? Average. South coming. We don't know. Mainly, we don't know because we don't know the numbers. We need to first see the numbers. You know, we can't predict the numbers. That's the thing. Always waiting. Always the best thing to do is waiting for the numbers. You are because the slippage, I think Daniel explained it when I was out. Okay, so it's always the best thing to do. For the Cowboys, they can take the trade, but we are not taking any trade, you know. So good. Yeah, Juan, we can't, we're not gonna sell gold now before the news, you know. It's like about 10 minutes and it's just not worth it, you know. Yeah. You sell the top, right? Yeah, I think, bro, Juan, are you Pepe? I think Juan is Pepe, right? Yeah, guys, Pepe, damn man, Pepe just takes the most sniper hedges that I can see, bro. He takes big sniper hedges. That's good, bro. Yeah, man, how are you, bro? How are you? Are you, bro? I've seen your stories, bro. You're taking big trades, man.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, guys? I'm back.
It's
I'm back. I'm back.
Pepe in the building.
What's happening, bro? See Pepe, man. Pepe is a G, man. He really. See, guys, that's one thing about Pepe. I can rate him because he used to join our sessions, and the guy really put the work in, man. He was joining my sessions. He was joining other people's sessions. He was really just like putting the work in, and now he's doing really well for himself, which is really good. And that's what I like to see. That's so good, you know. When people put the work in and then they see progress. That's so good. That's so good. Just keep smashing it, my brother. Keep smashing it. Thank you for tuning in again. So again, news coming in soon. We've got 9 more minutes left. A lot of people watching here, guys. Ask us questions. We are also waiting for the same thing that you are waiting for. So if you guys want to ask us any questions in terms of trading, in terms of our psychology, our strategy, anything you like, risk management, scaling, different types of entries being like dynamic risk, there's so much you can ask us. You know, you're more than welcome to ask us. We will answer any question. No question is silly question, guys. Even if you ask me what a pip is, I'm completely fine with it. Again, this is supposed to be educational, right? How many siblings do you have? I said in terms of trading, man. How many siblings do you have? Oh, this is about to get activated, but do not take it before news kicks in. I will not be taking it myself. I don't mind missing out on it. I'm staying out of it. I'm staying out of it because news is about to kick in the next 8 minutes. Again, as I anticipated, gold will drop. As you can see, it is dropping, and this is where our entries would have gone activated, and now this would have been us going into profits. But because news is coming in, I'm not touching this. I'm staying off it. But this was where our entries would have gone activated by now. Oh boy. See, I did tell you guys it's gonna drop. See, I told you, but guys, the news is just creeping around the corner. Honestly, I'm not willing to risk it for the biscuit. Because again, guys, there's one thing that I'm scared of. I'm not scared of many things, but slippage is that one thing which still gives me PTSD. Like sometimes I dream about slippage. Nightmares about slippage. So trust me, when you are trading a lot of capital, you will understand how dangerous slippage actually can be for your trading accounts, especially if you have funding accounts as well. All it takes is that one extra 1 to 2% for you to hit your drawdown limit for the day. So understand that slippage is your worst enemy, guys, and just try and be very cautious here. Now, as soon as look the news drops, we will have the news kicking in, right? It will bring volatility to the markets, right? We will have the fundamentals. We can align the fundamentals with the technicals, and we can take a trade. You know, we will extend the session for another hour because today requires us to actually extend our session, and that's what trading is about. Lost 7% instead of 3. There you go. There you go, my brother. See? Slippage is dangerous, man. Like, I'm willing to miss out on this 1 to 2% because I know if it goes against me with slippage, that's going to end up being a 3-4% loss. So is it really worth it? Look, the R2R is completely twisted when you have news coming in because of slippage. But yeah, this is where we would have taken the sell positions now. It would have been activated if it was a normal day, obviously. For the double top pattern, do you consider wicks or just candles? It really just depends, bro. It depends on the time frame. It depends how the structure is looking. But man, do you remember we saw exactly the same thing playing out yesterday? Such a nice scenario, honestly. It played out so nicely yesterday as well. And I think we have the 1H lows just around here. So anything below the 1 hour lows will be so decent, honestly. Especially if the numbers are positive, I think it should just be an open and clean dump for the rest of the session. It really just depends on the numbers now. We can't predict anything. The numbers are about to drop in the next 5 minutes. But if the numbers are positive, anything below this will be a clean drop now. Very clean drop on gold. It will start to drop for the rest of the session. And as you guys can see, guys, this entry here would have hit the risk-free area now. If you had taken it, well, if we had taken it, we would have been up about 16 pips. So you guys can see, again, the entry which we did call out is starting to play out very nicely, but because again the possibility of slippage messes up my R2R, I would not take it. It's very simple. It's very simple. And I don't know if the numbers will be positive. I will be lying to you if I said the numbers will be positive and gold will open and drop, because I don't know. I don't have inside information. No one does, unless you are an inside trader. We don't have inside information. So anything that you take before news kicks in is a straight up gamble. That's all it is. So wait for the news to drop. Then from there, we will align the technicals with the fundamentals, and then you can start looking for something clean. Otherwise, again, if the news was not here, this would have been our entry triggered, because our trading is very systematic. It's giving you our breakout here. It's a clean sell-off now. We're expecting it to sell off for the rest of the session. So if the numbers are positive, this could be enhanced, right? Why could it be enhanced? Because there will be volatility coming in with news. And now we have the technical signal to start selling gold. So if the numbers are positive, this could be enhanced, and we could maybe see a 100 pip drop on gold, right? Because the whole range has only moved about 100 pips altogether. So keep that in your mind. What's happening, Puri? What's happening, my brother? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys are in our Discord. We've got the giveaway coming up. We've got so many more gems dropping in the Discord. Also follow us on our socials as well. I have 15 minutes. Need signal. Yeah, bro. Just don't get caught up in the news. We've got 3 more minutes left. 3 more minutes left. Okay, let's see. Guys, again, let's do the bets. $1 million bets. If you had £1 million to bet on this trade right now, would you bet £1 million on gold going up or gold dropping? With the news dropping in the next 3 minutes, would you bet £1 million on gold dropping, or would you bet £1 million on gold pumping? If it goes in your favor, it means you have made £1 million. If it goes against you, you are broke. You are homeless. So if you had to risk it all for the biscuit, what would you do? Would you short the markets, or would you start buying gold? Everyone is saying short. Everyone is saying drop. Okay.
Then I'm gonna take the buys.
Either today, bro, everyone's about to become
Because
homeless.
everyone is saying buy, so I'm gonna take.
Oh man, I'm gonna find everyone. I'm gonna be walking like, hey, dear. Oh my lord. Okay, we've got a lot of people shorting the markets. We've got news coming up in the next 2 minutes. Everyone is shorting the markets. Okay. Either everyone's about to become homeless today, or we're all about to make millions. Let's see what they do. But guys, as you can see, this trade would have played out very nicely. Unfortunately, due to news kicking in, we had to stay out of here. But you can see, very nice drop on gold. Once again, playing out literally to the T. You know, all we done was wait the whole time. And yeah, if there was no news, then we would have taken it, and this would have been another clean, profitable trade, honestly. Okay, so we've got a couple buy positions in the building. We've got a lot of people shorting. Majority of people are actually quite bearish on gold. But just because you have the technical signals doesn't mean the fundamentals will also align. Guys, trust me, with fundamentals is something you can anticipate for sure if you are digging into it deep, but it's again something you can't really predict. You will have to wait for it to drop. Just like, with technicals, we can anticipate certain things because we have the experience, the knowledge, but we will never predict it. We will always wait for it to set up and then we execute. That's what trading is about. Okay, we've got the next 30 seconds left before the news drops. Either it will be a massive open and drop or it will be a clean pump. Either way, guys, we are prepared for it. What are we looking for? Well, if it is positive numbers and we can get some sort of a pullback, break past this area, makes it a valid confirmation to enter the markets. But you will technically have to stay out for the first 5 minutes or so, because there will be no valid confirmations for the first 5 to 15 minutes. That's why we have extended the session. There it is. Most likely the numbers are positive. It is starting to give us a spike down at this point now. Let's see. Can someone see the numbers, by the way? Yeah, there you go. That's that drop, that's that drop, that's that drop. So again, if you took the entries there, which we did not take, as you can see, very nice drop on gold.
Positive numbers.
There we go. We've got plenty and plenty of millionaires in the building today. Nuno is homeless.
I'm broke now.
Okay, if the numbers are positive, let's just wait for a pullback. Let's give it the first 5 minutes. And I think we can... Bro, to be honest with you, because 47 pips... Yeah, I think we will sort of have to stay out at least for the first 5 minutes because, yes, sure, we could take it. Like, there's plenty and plenty of range to the downside, but we still need a stop loss, right? At least a 5-minute stop loss. So we can use this as a stop loss and then start taking it downtown, basically. But yeah. Okay, let's wait for a stop loss. Let's wait for a stop loss. But as I said, look, it will get enhanced. If the numbers are positive, it will get enhanced. Break of this, it will get enhanced. But is there something we can do at the moment other than stay out? No. So I will be staying out for now. I need a decent stop loss. I need a decent entry area and then I can enter the market. But you guys can see this, right? Very nice clean drop. And yeah, from this area, it has dropped about 71 pips. So now, again, thinking about it, we've got average gold gives you about 200 pips. How much has it given you so far? Only about 120 pips. So this will be your 200 pip range. So if they do want to sell the markets now, then the next 5 minute needs to break the lows and technically give us a very nice clean drop. So we've got plenty and plenty of range that we can trade. But again, wait for it. Don't have any FOMO. This can still become a clean rejection area. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Don't need to have any FOMO. Okay, so let's wait for it. At least one 5-minute candle to give us some sort of a closure down here. Pull back, break, then we can start looking for something, right? Other than that, you will just be FOMOing into this position if you were to take it now. You have to wait. You really have to wait. Be willing to miss out on it. Don't be greedy. There's plenty and plenty of range left for us to trade within. Again, gold hasn't even moved about 200 pips altogether. So don't FOMO into any positions. We will take it when there is a possibility of a decent stop loss and a decent entry point. But at the moment, guys, it's super tricky. It's just the first 5 minutes of news. It's trying to settle down a little bit. Yes, again, as I said, look, we have the technical signals and it can be enhanced due to the numbers also being positive. But just because we have the confirmations to enter, it doesn't mean you just enter anyway. It still needs to be a decent area you enter the markets at, right? So at the moment, I think because we're still trading at daily lows, there's plenty and plenty of liquidity down here. You could very easily become part of the liquidity if you were to sell the markets here. So let's just have patience and let's just wait for it to settle down just a little bit more. And then from there, we will look for a decent entry for sure. Because from here, you could see a clean U-turn back up to the top side. And then from there later, they can start selling the markets. We still have another hour left before, we call it a session here. So there is no need to rush into this. Okay, 2 more minutes left. Let's see what sort of a closure they give us here on this 15-minute candle. If they can give us some sort of a closure, nice decent closure. Again, look at your 4H. 4H has also given us a break below this, so now this becomes a very realistic target, right? Even on the daily, look at this, very nice clean target, being the Wickfield area down here. So we've got plenty and plenty of range. Your daily is bearish, every single thing is bearish. We just need our entry now. I think scalp entry does make sense at this point, but it will have to be based off the next 5-minute candle. Yeah, so either you can take it on the next 5 minutes now, but your SLs will have to go above the 5-minute highs, which is again massive. To be fair, it is massive. Or what you could do is wait for the 5-minute to give you a pullback and then take it using the highs of the previous 5-minute as a SL. Let's wait for it. That's the new 5-minute now. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Be willing to miss out. If it goes, it goes. If it goes, it goes. Let it go. If it goes, it goes. Let it go. What comes down must go back up as well. Don't forget that. Don't have any sort of FOMO. If it goes, it goes. Try to act like professionals. Don't have FOMO. Let it go. Is it our fault that we haven't taken this? No, of course not. Is the positive numbers, you know, enhancing this whole move to the downside. But can we still take something? Of course we can. Do you want to FOMO into this? No, do not FOMO into this. Just have patience. We've got plenty and plenty of time left. Again, gold has not given you a 200 pip range yet, but it can start to drop now for the rest of the session. But the minute it drops, it can also give you a very nasty rejection from up there, right? Or what we can do is, if we can get a 15-minute confirmation here, we can use the highs of the next 15-minute candle as a stop loss. But at the moment, guys, I don't have a decent stop loss. I can't look for anything. I really can't. I really can't. There's just not much I can do about it because the stop loss is not there. The 5-minute entry could have been taken for sure. But again, like, you know, the stop losses are 60 plus pips. So yeah, I just don't feel comfortable taking anything just yet. But you guys can see the idea playing out once again very nicely. There was nothing we could have really done about this one here. Because of the slippage, we did stay out of it. But, you know, if it wasn't for news, this was our play once again to take. But on these days, you sort of have to be willing to miss out on it because they will give you a correction as well, right? Your intraday support is just creeping. We're about to retest the intraday support area as well. And again, you can see the analysis are playing out very nicely, right? But, you know, we unfortunately just did not get a chance to take it, but still got plenty and plenty of time left. So no FOMO. Let's act like professionals because we are professionals here, right? This does not affect us. Just because price has dropped and you haven't taken it, it shouldn't affect you. Sold from 19 to 9. You sold from up here? Yeah, man. I think you're using my 1-minute time frame strategy that I used to trade. I think when you were trading with me. Yeah, he's using my 1-minute strategy, but nah, bro. I don't do the 1-minute strategies anymore, man. I'm trading too much capital for me to be trading on the 1-minute time frame. Way too much capital, bro. Upwards of 7 figures. We look for one clean trade a day. But yeah, I know what you're doing, bro. This was the 1-minute strategy I used to trade earlier. But no, I don't do that anymore, man. I'm so willing to miss out on these, bro. So willing to miss out on these. I just need one clean position with a decent stop loss. And that's what I like to do. Because when you're trading a lot of capital, those 1-minute entries can... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. 1 minute or even 5-minute entries, bro. Trust me. Because your stop losses are so tight... You're literally selling the markets here. Your stop losses are like 10 pips or something. All it takes is one 1-minute candle to cause the nastiest slippage on gold. So anything that I'm doing over here, it's very protected. My accounts are very much protected, right? But when it comes to the 1-minute entries or the 5-minute entries, man, we have insane win rate. Insane, crazy win rate with those sniper entries. But it's just not worth it due to the slippage. Slippage is very dangerous. Unless you're trading a lot of capital, guys, trust me, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Be careful. This is where now, again, this is the new 15-minute open coming up. This is the last 5 minutes. Two possibilities can take place. Either they cause a fake out from up here, from down here, or they start to again give you that sell off. If they do give you a sell off, let's give it a go. Let's take this position here. It's a risky position, but you got to know what you're doing. That's the thing, man. The word risky, right? Even if you know what you are doing, it's still a risky position. It doesn't change the fact that it's a risky position, and you can only control what you can control. And when it comes to slippage, you cannot control slippage. So my aim is to just take the risk out of it, right? That's my aim as a trader, to not have any sort of risk on the table. It should be the least riskiest way of trading, right? I'd rather miss out on money than take something very risky. I want to trade in a way where my psychological state is not being affected. But I think anything now should make sense. But we've got literally like 6 more minutes left, and I think below this should be clean. I was running risk free before news. Even if you are running risk free, my brother, it can still cause slippage. It still can cause slippage. Doesn't mean that slippage will not happen. Even if your stop losses are at break even, as I have mentioned, your spreads get widened by 10 to 15 pips. It can still cause a massive loss, even if you make your positions risk free. Otherwise, we would have taken this as well. If we were trading demo accounts, trust me, bro, we will be selling the markets here, because there will be no issues in terms of slippage. But because all of our accounts are live accounts, we have to be very careful, very, very careful of what we take. And it's not just the stop losses that matter. There's so many more things that go into the equation that you need to worry about. So many things. Had my SO up at 50 pips, so I was fine. Yeah, that's completely fine, bro. If your SO was trailed 50 pips in profits, then you're completely fine, because then the slippage kind of like causing a loss is nearly, it's not impossible, it's very unlikely, unless you saw gold spiking up like 400 pips in 1 minute. It's quite unlikely. I sold from 1927. Made sure I was risk free. Okay, nice. Seems like people did take this trade, just like yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we've got 4 more minutes left, but I am getting quite interested in taking something in the next 4 minutes. At this point, I think they will just give us that 200 pip range on gold. Literally everything is super bearish. This is your 200 pip range candle most likely now. So let's just wait for 4 more minutes, but we've got plenty of range to the downside. Maybe another 40 pips we can squeeze out, right? Yeah, this is about 200 pips over here roughly. So it's just somewhere down here. Let's look for rejections near this area. There it is. That's your rejection area just down here now. Again, guys, if you want to be in this game long term, understand the way you trade is very important. If you just want to make quick profits, be my guest and start taking impulsive entries. But if you want to trade in the more systematic way, think about it, right? If you have billions, not billions, let's say if you have millions in capital, and you're risking 1 to 2% a day, would you wait for a higher time frame confirmation, or would you just sell because you want to take a impulsive entry, right? Would you just sell it here because you want to take an impulsive entry, or would you wait for a decent confirmation? Always understand, right? If you really want to do this for a living, treat this like a business, right? And you need to understand what your risk is, what the risk factors are. Risk does not just mean taking a loss. There's so many more things which do bring risk onto the table, right? And when you do this for a living, that's when you understand. On certain days, it's just good to stay out of the markets, right? Like today being one of those days, because it was a high impact news event, it was a good thing to stay out of the market. And we've got plenty of time left before the markets go dead. So there will be a possibility for us to take a trade. We just need to wait for it. It's so simple, right? And if, let's say, I can't take a trade today, I didn't take one yesterday, what does that say about me? What does that say about my character? It shows you that I'm not someone who's just going to force a trade, doesn't it? And what's the characteristics of someone who's successful in this business? Someone who can say no to the markets when they don't like what the markets are doing. When someone can stay out of the markets, they don't have any FOMO. Someone who doesn't brag about taking, every single entry, guys, that's the characteristics of a professional trader. This does not affect us. I've been doing it for so many years. Honestly, it doesn't affect me. It's going to happen every single day. So if I don't take something today, I'll take it tomorrow. I'll double my risk tomorrow because I have risk from today. I have risk from yesterday. I have an X amount of risk for a week. And on one day, I can risk it all for the biscuit because I have X amount of risk for the week. Always try and understand how professionals trade and just try and do the same thing. You need to understand, right, what the blueprint is. Avoid all of this noise, guys. Trust me, avoid all of this noise. Forget about the impulsive entries. Forget about the sniper entries. Forget about all of this. Find one thing that's the least riskiest way for you to make consistent profits, right? That's what you need to find, and just do that every single day. Stop trying to catch every single pip, guys. I can catch every single pip. Trust me when I say this. My entries on 1 minute time frames are insane. Insane. But again, just because I can catch every single pip doesn't mean I will be profitable long term. Like all it takes is one bad week for you to blow up your account if you're using the 1 minute time frame. All it takes is one bad week for you to blow up your account if you're using the 1 minute time frame. And if someone says that's not true, tell them to show you their history. Trust me, believe me when I say this. I've been in this business for a very long time. So the way you want to trade is the least riskiest way of trading. And the only way you can do that is by trading with higher time frames. You need to have decent stop losses. Taking our trade with 10 pip stop loss on gold, you will get wiped out. Believe me when I say this, you will get wiped out, especially if you are using live accounts. If you're using a demo account, fair enough, do whatever you like, right? But don't try and compare it with a live account. When I say this, you can't do that. That's why I never recommend anyone trades on a demo account. It's not the same thing. You're just not trading the same thing I'm trading. It's complete different market conditions on a demo account. So trust me, when you are trading live capital and is a lot of capital, you're very picky on what you take. And so again, if you understand price action, you know what comes down must go back up. So what is coming down can essentially go back up, right? But very nice day once again. It did play out exactly how we wanted it to play out, but I think we could receive some sort of a correction soon. And yeah, let's just let it give you that sort of wick fill for the rest of the day. This is about to give you a 200 pip range on gold, which is really, really decent. I would love to see a 200 pip range on gold, because as soon as it does start to exceed its limit, it's going to give you some sort of a nasty rejection, which we should be able to capitalize on, hopefully. But as I said, look, two things we can do now, right? Let me give you guys scenarios. Two scenarios which we can do. Well, this was the trade we wanted to take at the start, right? Was there any way we could have taken this? Well, it was very hard, to be fair. Unless we knew what the numbers were, we couldn't take it. Sure, you could have taken it when the news dropped, but by the time the news dropped, let me show you the 1 minute time frame. Let me show you where price was fluctuating, right? And tell me if it was a sensible thing to do. So this is where the news dropped, okay? This could have been a decent entry, but did you want to enter the markets here and place your stop loss up here? Was this a sensible position to take? Tell me, was this a sensible position to take? No, it wasn't, right? So now, when we do not have any sensible positions, what do? We stay out of the markets and wait for something sensible. You just need one clean trade a day to make your 1 to 2%, right? So now, we understand gold is giving us a 200 pip range on the intraday. And now what we need to do is either wait for a pullback and start selling the markets again. We've got plenty of time left. We go up till at least 5 p.m. UK time before the markets sort of lose that momentum, right? And as I said, we've extended our session for another hour or so. So either we wait for a pullback now and we start selling the markets once again. The pullback levels will be somewhere up here, right? And from here, we need a resistance, start selling it. This becomes your target. Or you start buying gold as soon as it starts to reject. So you've got two scenarios setting up, right? All you need to do is just wait. And if you think it's too late, guys, for you to take anything, trust me, call it a session here. And if you did take something impulsive from up here, then well done to you. Very nice thing you've done. You've made your money. Again, call it a session. It's all about targets. It's very objective, right? Trading should be very objective. Let's say you have £1,000 risk for the day and you want to make 10% every week. and you have about 20 trades that you're averaging every month, my bad, 10% every month, you just need a 75% win rate with 1-to-1 R2R to hit this target, okay? Keep that in your mind. You just need a 1-to-1 R2R and a 75% win rate to make £10,000 profits by taking 20 trades with £1,000 risk per trade, right? So again, understand trading has to be very objective, and this is where you align the risk management with all of these scenarios. And so now, until I have a scenario which I can trade in my playbook, I would not be taking anything, guys. This is how simple trading is. Again, a lot of the times these mentors, these mentors, majority of these mentors, they actually don't do this for a living, right? They will sell you a dream. They will tell you every single day you have to take a trade. Every single day you have to make 1%. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Some days you will not take a trade. Some days you will stay after markets, and it will be a lesson that you have learned, which will be valuable, which will pay you, a year down the line or whatever, right? I don't know the timeline. It depends. So again, the actual way of trading is by staying away from the markets when you do not have a setup that you are feeling comfortable with. And the minute you have the setup which you feel comfortable taking, you take it without hesitation with appropriate risk management, guys. I do this for a living. I do account management for investors. We trade funded accounts. We actually do this for a living. This is how we make our money. And this is me being so real with you. The only way you can make money from this game is by staying out of the markets 90% of the times, executing when you can because you have a high probability setup, and that's it. Calling it a session as soon as you've hit your target for the day. Don't try and aim for 10% in a day. If your trading plan says you only have to make 1% in a single day, you're again breaking your trading plan. If you make 2%, you understand that, right, guys? If your trading plan says as soon as you have made 1% for the day, secure it, go away, close your screens. And now if you're aiming for 2%, you're breaking your trading plan. So make your trading very systematic, right? What about you? Like what tips would you give people from your experience now? You've been trading for a couple of years as well.
Yeah, bro, that's the same thing. Like, oh, let me close this.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the consistency. You guys need to be like have the same sentiment with losses and with wins, Because guys, if you extend your win to 2%, to 3%, to 4%, when you take a loss, you're gonna extend it to 2%, 3%, and then that's a snowball. So you guys need to secure profits, secure your targets, be really straight, because what you and you guys are understanding, like the thing that I'm saying
Yeah, yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense, right?
Yeah, yeah, it makes
Because
sense.
we always need to secure the wins, and we
Mm.
always need to like be strict with the losses.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I see people that can like they really can win, but they can't lose.
Exactly.
And you need to
Exactly.
know how to win and how to lose.
Exactly, guys. Trust me. Let me tell you one thing, right? It's not hard catching these sniper entries. I promise you, it's not. I can give you guys a sniper entry in the next minute. It's not hard catching these sniper entries. Believe me when I say this. But you know what's hard? When these sniper entries go against you and you can't be disciplined. That's why if someone says that they are making a lot of money by 5-10 pip stop losses every day, please ask them to provide the history of their MetaTrader 5, because I do not believe it. I can provide you history of my MetaTrader 5 right now at this second, right? Give me a second. And we did post this on our Instagram as well. Sure, we're taking, just like 4 or 5 trades a week. We're not taking like million trades, but it's all there, guys. It's all there. It's all there, right? I don't know. Can you guys see? It's all there. And I can show you a history of trades, and every single day the trade has been tracked. We know exactly why we took the trade, where we took the trade from, what was the reason behind us taking the trade. And again, you are a mess if you're taking trades on 1 minute time frames. Every minute you're taking a trade, right? Understand that you need to make your trading systematic, guys. If that's one thing I can teach you, that would change your trading for sure. Make it very systematic, very very systematic. This is time. This is time. This is time up by. What do you mean? Are you asking me if it's time to buy the markets? Yes, I am interested in buying the markets, but we need to wait just for a little bit more confirmation. But yes, that's completely right. I am interested in buying the markets. Got last half an hour before I will be calling it a session here. But guys, look, this is how you will trade the markets, right? Some days you will take things which play out. Some days you will take things which will cause a loss, and some days you will just not take anything. Would you have rather taken a position and the position had gone against you, or would you have rather taken a position which had gone in your favor, or would you have just stayed out of the markets? If you stayed out of the markets, guess what? A lot of volatility. I take my hat off to scalpers. I could not scalp to save my life. To be honest with you, bro, scalping on gold is super tricky, man. Like, they would start to, it's super tricky. If you want to scalp the markets, it's most definitely a possibility, but I think the smartest thing that you can really do is understand the daily range and trade the daily range rather than trying to scalp these lower time frames. Okay, let's quickly just let's just mark everything up once again now, and we'll give it another half an hour. Otherwise, we will be calling it a session here, and it will be a no trade day for me here once again. Second day in a row. Nuno, you said to me, I need to start staying out of the markets. There you go, my brother. You have it. Trust me, guys. He said to me last week, bro, you never stay out of the markets. Was it last week he said, bro?
Yeah, probably.
What did you say to me? Tell them why I'm not taking trades anymore. Tell them what you said to me.
That's not because of it. Like sometimes when we don't see it, then we like
I'm
to.
blaming Nuno for it, guys. Go blow his Insta up. But no, it's always a good session when you haven't lost money, right? You don't need to have FOMO.
Exactly. You are part of 10%, bro, if you
Yes,
don't lose
sir.
money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yeah, honestly, like you can find a successful trader. If you can find a successful trader that says staying out of the markets is bad, my hat's off to you. But you will never find a successful trader that says staying out of the markets is bad. You will find a mentor that says staying out of the markets is bad. He stayed out of the markets because he didn't know where price was going. But look at me, I caught million pips today. Come join my team. £100 a month, £300 a month, £500 course. Then fair enough. But if you have a trader who actually does this for a living, and if you can find me a successful trader that can tell you, look, you know what, staying out of the markets every now and then is so bad for you, you should take a trade every day, then hats off to you. But I don't think that would be possible. I don't think that would be possible, people. 21.02. Okay, now gold is giving us a correction, right? If we can get some sort of a rejection from up here, let's start selling the markets. Everything is bearish. Either a rejection from up here or a clean fake out. Let's start buying gold back up to your daily highs and just leave it. Just let it run for the rest of the day, and most likely you will get the wick fill area getting retested once again, which is all the way up here, right? So understand you still have plenty and plenty of range left that you can start looking for a trade within. But guys, what did you think of today's session? Did you guys learn anything from us? Any feedback will be appreciated. Give us any feedback, even if you thought the session was bad. Just give us any feedback. We will try and improve on it every single day. We will try and better ourselves. Again, I want this to be the top live stream in this YouTube live streaming space, right? So I need everyone's feedback to get to that point, right? So trust me, any feedback you have, just give it to us, guys. We're more than happy to listen to everything that you have to say. We really do appreciate the feedback. We will be showing up here every single day, giving you guys these gems and, you know, showing you the right way of trading. The educational side of these streams is quality. Appreciate that, my brother. Learning every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it, bro. Really appreciate it. Okay, so we've got the daily 50% area creeping just up here. Again, look at the 4H as well. You know, with the news, they have given you the drop which we anticipated gold to give us. Again, they have given the target to us now. So either this becomes a pullback for them to start selling the markets, or they will give you a clean rejection now for the rest of the day. And this is where our trade opportunity should set up, guys. We have approximately moved about 190 pips, so it's safe to say your daily range is done now. So any trades within this daily range are sensible now, either to the top side or to the downside. So if the next 30 minutes starts to break past this area here, let's give it a go with this buy position. Entries here, SLs all the way up there. Otherwise, we need some sort of a breather candle up here or a resistance candle up here, and we start selling the markets. So let's just wait for it. We've got a couple positions here setting up, either a buy position from up here or a sell position from up here as well, because this 4H 50% area as well as this intraday 50% area becomes very crucial for us now. We've got another half an hour left. This 1500 candle now, which is the 3 o'clock candle, actually does move a lot. So yeah, you've got plenty and plenty of scenarios setting up. This 1H breakout will be very nice, or this is just a clean pullback essentially, right? But we need some sort of confirmation here to also start selling the markets. So yeah, either you have a buy position setting up from here or a sell position setting up from here. You have a 200 pip range. Above this, you can secure 96 pips. Below this, you can secure 96 pips. So if you can wait. If you want to call your session, peace out. See you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. We are personally going to wait for another 30 minutes. Look for something. If something shows up, let's take it. Otherwise, I'm done here. We'll be back tomorrow. The only time we extend the session is when there is news, because after news, you need more confirmations, right? So you do need to kind of extend that session. Damn, bro, I must have dropped a lot of gems today. We have 65 likes. Let me not jinx it before everyone starts to take the like away. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate the likes, guys. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. But there we go. At this point, once again, this is, I think, the 50% area on your 30-minute candle at this point as well. There we go. So two things can happen. Either from here, as I said, you will see a bounce back up, or you will see either a nice clean drop from here. Then you need this candle here to start breaking the support candle, or you will see a very nice spike up. So we are trading at our area of interest now on the intraday. So let's just wait for it. This will be your daily 50% retest, which is approximately about 34 pips away. But we need price to come to our area, which is up here, for us to start looking for something, right? Bro, I'll be back in 2 minutes, okay? Take over from here. And also, if you can go over the playbook scenarios, go over them, okay?
I don't have the playbook.
Actually, don't do that, bro. I remember you cannot analyze the markets. Just give them risk management tips.
Yeah.
Until I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, guys. With days with news, it's always better to stay out, and like it depends, If you see a very nice confirmation and it passes 15 minutes from the news, 63 likes all time high noon. Bro, for me, it's 63. 66. Let me refresh it. Yeah, 65. For me, 65. 60. Yeah, 66. Exactly. Yeah, bro. That's the all-time highs. We did it, guys. Yes, sir. Yeah, guys. About the risk management, guys, do you have some questions? Like, that's what I say. We need to be very strict with the wins and with losses, because you need to understand how our psychology, like, kind of works, like the retest tomorrow. Yeah, man. That's the breakouts. Tomorrow is the retest, and then we have another breakout. And on Friday we have the continuation, Tomorrow we're gonna have the 50% retake, 50% retest, Oh man. Yeah, guys, that's what I'm saying. Like earlier, must be some new people here. Like about the wins and the losses, we need to treat them like the same way. You know, if your plans say, okay, you have 2% risk for the day, and you have 2% risk for the win. You know, like you're gonna win 2% and you're gonna risk 2% to make 2%, right? When you win 2%, you know, what I personally do, you know, it's scaling the stop loss, you know. When it goes to 2%, I already put the stop loss at 2%. If it takes me out, I win 2%. If it goes, I will go trailing the stop like even more, even more, even more. When I get stopped out, I get stopped out, but I'm very strict with my wins and very strict with my losses, you know. That's one thing about me. It's very, 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 very like consistent, you know. Sometimes we have that kind of, I'm not calling you luck because you are gonna secure 2%, you know, but we have that advantage that price just drops from our 2%, you know, because I scaled the stop loss to 2%, imagine. And it just drops. And suddenly on that day, you made 3%, you know. That's not like a breaking of the trading plan because you made 3% and your target is 2%. But you like make sure that you don't pass the 2%, you know. That's what we always do.
Yes, sir. And look at this. The retracement is done. So if we can get the next one essentially breaking below this resistance candle, I think it will be fair to say that the sell positions are valid, guys. Because at this point, look, we have waited for the retracement. It has given us this retracement up here to this area which we have left behind, because you need to understand, right, where did the break of structure happen? The break of structure happened here, so technically they've given you the lows, they've brought the price back up to retest the break of structure area just to see if this breakout was valid. So if the breakout is valid, this is where they need to start selling the markets once again. And if they start selling the markets, where is the target? Is the wick fill area. So from here now, price can essentially drop another 64 pips, but we need some sort of entry, right? How can we enter the markets? Well, you could enter the markets on the 5-minute time frames, but this is not part of our entry criteria. We will wait for a closure on this candle, and then potentially if the next one breaks the lows, let's take it. Let's take it. That's the entry we are anticipating now. Sells with the next candle, okay?
Yes, sir.
So we need a nice engulfing bearish closure on this candle, potentially closing above. So this is what I need to see now. I need to see this candle here giving me an engulfing bullish closure and making the previous candle invalid. So even if it doesn't make the previous candle invalid, I'm still interested in a sell position here because again, everything is super bearish. I just need an engulfing bearish closure on this candle here. So as long as it does that for me, I will be very happy. I'll be a happy man and I'll be looking for those sell positions, right? So yeah, we need an engulfing bearish closure on this 15-minute candle. Next one needs to break the lows of this 15-minute candle, and we will aim for the wick fill area on the daily lows. And that's the scenario. If it sets up, then fair enough. Or the second thing will be a nice engulfing bullish closure that sort of starts to break past this area, and that's where the buy positions are. So either you have this buy position setting up or the sell position. Again, as I said, look, bearish markets, break of structure, retest of that area which we left behind. If the break of structure is valid, we shall see a sell-off. If this is not valid, we shall see a fake out. If it's a fake out, then we need to see a break above this area here. This will be one position, or the second position, as I've mentioned earlier, will be below this. And these are the two positions I'm interested in. But I do need it to set up within this 15 minutes. If it doesn't, then I will be calling it a session here, since it will be too late for me to look for something after. So if I can see a nice engulfing bearish candle now in the first 15 minutes of this half an hour, I will be interested. Otherwise, I will be calling it a session here, guys. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, bro. Looks like today we beat the all-time likes.
Hey, we have beat the all-time
67.
likes. That's it.
67.
That's it. That's it. Very, very nice. Very, very nice, bro. But yeah, guys, honestly, look, this is just what trading is about. Some days you will take positions, some days you will stay out, and you need to stay positive. Need to be in the right psychological state. And thank you guys so much. Damn, we got 67 likes here. That's so amazing.
68 for me.
Amazing, amazing, amazing,
Damn.
amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Very nice stream once again today. Yeah, and again, very exciting week ahead of us. And because we have been staying very disciplined, it's been like character building days for us. We can really risk it for the biscuit for the remaining of the week. So you guys definitely don't want to miss out on these trades, guys. The trades that we got coming up for the remaining time that we've got left now for the rest of the week. So yeah, something amazing is coming up for sure. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, if it can give us some sort of nice bullish closure, and the next candle technically starts to break the bullish candle, or even if I can get like a breather candle here, so I'll be so interested in that sell position. To be fair, I really will be, you know. Because look at your 1H. Your 1H at that point needs to start becoming bearish once again, right? But yeah, we'll see what happens in the next 5 minutes or so. If we can get a break below this with the next 15 minutes, I think I'm really interested in this sell position here. But you need to be careful with this though. It can still just be a correction. So your risk-free area will have to be this level here. You would need to make it risk-free here. If you were to look for this, yeah, you would need to make it risk-free here. And you would need to let the rest run. But I think this will be very decent, this position here. This will be your risk-free area. But yeah, let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. This will be your entry area with the next candle. This is where you enter the market on the break of this. This is your risk-free area. Oh. If this happens in the next 5 minutes, we will give it a go. Otherwise, we will be calling it a session here now. If it does start to break past the highs, I will be calling it a session. SLs can go 5 pips above the highs. Entries can be 5 pips below. And this is what I'm interested in now. The pullback is done. Area of interest here has been retested, and we are sort of forming a breather candle. So break of the breather candle. We're trading with the intraday trend. We have waited for a pullback as well. So if the pullback is done and they want to respect the bearish trend, then we should see some sort of a downside play again for the second time, because it hasn't really given you a 200 pip range. So there still is that potential they can break the lows and drop the price for another 10 pips, right? Giving you that 200 pip range. So we will give it a go for sure. And it's a game of probabilities, but I do want to mention one thing though, guys. It is very late into the session, so there is a high chance of this also just consolidating now. So it's really up to you. If you do want to call it a session here, call it a session here. But if you want to give it a go, like, just make sure you lower down your risk a little bit, because there is, as I said, a high chance that this can also start to consolidate, right? But it's a very high probability trade. We don't really take any low probability trades. So on the break of this, I think the trade is valid. It's giving us a breather candle here. The retest is done. Waited for the pullback. Everything's bearish. I don't see why it would push up now. If it does, it does. That's part of the game. So yeah, 3 more minutes. Make sure you're ready as well, okay?
Yep.
There's literally a pullback on the 1 hour as well. It doesn't seem like a rejection. 4H is a pullback as well. Everything is just pulling back. 30 minutes also ended up closing below. This one's starting to reject again. This 30-minute candle again rejecting now. What business does it have rejecting? Well, since it is quite bearish, that's why it's rejecting. So everything makes sense for the markets to start selling off, really, if it does break past this area. But you need to also understand, right, what's the destination if this does start to become a breather candle and the next one breaks the lows. What's the destination of the next candle? Well, what you can see is you can see a pullback. So this is essentially where the pullbacks are. Your pullback areas are approximately about 17 pips or so in as soon as you are 17 pips or so in profits, these become your pullback areas. That's why I suggest making a risk free as soon as you start to tap this area here, and from there let the rest run. I do want to mention, this is a disclaimer, that guys, this is very late into the session, right? If you can call it a session here and you can just watch it rather than take it, that's one thing I would really recommend. It's not financial advice. I can't tell you guys what to do, but if you can just watch today now, and you know, just be willing to miss out once again today, you're building that character which is needed for you to be a successful trader. So this could be a character building day for you. You've waited all day, and if you still have the willpower to stay out of the markets, well done to you, well done to you. But if you take it and you get stopped out, or if you take it and you make profits, that's up to you. Okay, one more minute left now, another minute left. It all makes sense, you know, everything is there. Rejecting everything as well. That's the open now. Minimum pullback on the open, maybe either a breather candle or a resistance candle. Minimum pullback on the open, and now a break. 50% target on this Nuno. Okay, let's see if they give you that break now and a drop. Okay, again, it's very late into the session, so be very careful here. Wait for at least a break below this if you do want to take it, but if you want to stay out of the markets, you can stay out of the markets as well. But yeah, break below this is a valid position. Since we have waited for the pullback, the resistance has been established. The minute it starts to break below this, you've got all of this room to the downside, which you can secure profits within, right? And you want to make it risk-free as soon as it starts to tap this area, which is the risk-free area, and secure something and let the rest run. Everything is bearish, and so if they break below this, then you've got the next range which will get filled. Max pullback which we should see on this candle should be this area. If it starts to exceed this area, then it's giving you too much of a pullback, right? So last 15 minutes as well, you got to understand the 1H is coming to a closure. So this last 15 minutes, either it turns this 1H candle into a rejection candle, or it turns it into a nice engulfing bearish candle. So we need this 15-minute candle to do its job, retest this support, close below this support area. Okay,
Yeah, bro, probably say not triggered yet, because people can think.
yeah, it hasn't broken the lows yet. Of course not, it hasn't broken yet.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll add it.
5 pips.
Not triggered yet. Did I even spell triggered yet properly? Of course.
Trigger. Yeah.
I don't even have my glasses, bro. I can't see. You know, if I want to ever check spellings, this is what I do. I go on Google, tip for you guys. I just search up and boom. See, it's the correct way of spelling triggered. But yeah, not triggered yet. Okay, it's retesting the 50% area at this point as well. It has no business now breaking above this if they want to drop the price. Otherwise, the other scenario will be the fake out scenario, but it's not valid until they start breaking past that area there. And it's dangerous buying gold at the moment, even if it breaks past this area, until you actually see a confirmation update. It's quite dangerous. So if it doesn't set up, guys, I think if it does start to break past it by another like 10 pips or so, I think we will just call it a session. If this, okay, what we can do is we can give it this last 15 minutes and see what sort of a closure we get on this. If it does start to break above and closes up there somewhere, then we're going to call it a session. Otherwise, this trade here is still valid. Okay, so within this last 15 minutes, let's see what happens. Otherwise, we will be calling it a session here.
Let's see, let's see.
Yes, sir. But yeah, definitely not going to force a trade here. If it doesn't really set up now on the breakout here, then definitely not going to force a trade here. Most likely they are giving you a correction, but as I said, look on the intraday now, as long as we're trading below our key level, we're quite bearish. So even though it could give you a closure above, the candle afterwards could be the one that breaks the lows. What we can do is we can tell you how that scenario will set up if you want to take it later on. But I think if it doesn't really set up now in the next 10 minutes on the stream, we will be calling it a session over here. But we'll give it another 10 minutes. As I said, we extended the session for you guys since the news brought in a lot of volatility, and now they have given you the pullback, and this is where we're anticipating a drop, right? Again, look at the pullbacks. See that, right? Nice clean pullback retested. It could still give you some sort of a deeper retest of 21, but that's why I have given it another 10 minutes, because one thing I can really see happening now is breaking this 21, rejecting, next candle opens, breaks the lows. So as I said, we'll give it this candle here, just let it do its thing. As long as it doesn't exceed past this area, your sell positions are valid. It's just about the timing now, if they have any more volatility left, right? You don't want to force a trade either now. If it does set up in the next 9 minutes, let's take it. Otherwise, guys, I will be calling it a session here. But again, I can still tell you guys the scenarios which can potentially play out. But is it really worth it? Like, taking a trade. Is it really worth it? If you've stayed out the whole day, you were so disciplined, do you really want to just like mess that up in the last 5-10 minutes? The whole point here is that we're building our character as traders. This is a practice that you have to do. Sometimes you just have to stay out of the markets, sit out of the markets for the whole session, and just not press that button. It's very easy to press the buy button or the sell button, right? But if you truly want to do this for a living, you've got to have that control over yourself, where you just stay out of the markets and you say, okay, cool, I'm not taking any trades today. I know I could have made so much money, but I could have also lost money, but I don't care. I'm just here increasing my attention span, because again, your attention span, right, it needs to be increased. You got to be able to focus for 2 to 3 hours. So when you're here staying consistent for 2 to 3 hours, guess what, this will become the new norm for you. But a lot of people, their attention spans are destroyed, right? They can only stay here for like 10 to 20 minutes and then they're gone. So again, think about it. This was a character building there for you guys. And again, 8 more minutes. If it does start to give you a break below here in the last 15 minutes or so, we'll take it. Otherwise, guys, this will most likely be a correction. And if you want to take a correction, you need a confirmation. And kind of waiting for a confirmation, it will be too late into the session, right? So it will most likely be a no trade day for us. Unless, as I said, this plays out. Then I'm interested in taking this.
Q4, right?
Say that again?
Till 4 o'clock, right?
Yeah. After 4, we'll call it a session, bro. It will be too late into the session. TikTok destroyed people's attention by making wanting something in less than 30 seconds. Exactly. Look, at the end of the day, that's what they want to do. They want to destroy your attention span, because if you can actually focus and do deep work for a couple hours in a row, you can achieve anything in life. So their purpose is to destroy your attention span and get it down to like not even minutes, seconds. If you have a world filled with people who can't even focus for more than a couple minutes, do you think that those people can come together and achieve anything? Hell no. If you have a world filled of people who cannot even focus for a couple minutes, those people can very easily be controlled. You have to understand this, right? You're very easily manipulated. You can very easily be controlled. But if you actually have the attention span of couple hours, you can actually sit there, you have the power to focus and understand something for a couple hours in a row, then you can achieve anything in life. Try and understand this, right? They literally have like a team dedicated, right? A team filled with people who they're dedicated to just mess up your attention span. Is to grab your attention for 20 seconds and then boom, give you another video that's filled with, dopamine. The minute you see the next video, you're again getting that dopamine hit. Every 20 seconds there's a new dopamine hit. Your dopamine receptors are damaged as well. There's so many things you need to look into, guys, and you need to understand all of these things, and they're very important if you want to become a trader. You need to understand how your mind works, right? I need to do the little things, the little tweaks. And if you can do these little things, like as an example, right? Look, you have a good attention span, you've got discipline, you've got a good strategy, you've got good risk management. All of these things, they add up, right? You have a good psychology, you understand your psychological state, you're very aware of yourself emotionally. All of these things, they add up, and that's what gives you that edge in the markets, right? It's not just a strategy that does. It's not just the 1 minute time frame entries or this or that. Cut all of that BS out, guys, because it's not real. This is the real deal that I'm telling you. And trust me, it's got nothing to do with the brokers. It's got nothing to do with any courses. It's got to do with yourself as a human being. You got to understand yourself on that conscious level, because subconsciously you do so many things which you don't realize. On every single day you do something subconsciously. But that's the thing, you got to be able to understand what you're doing subconsciously. And yeah, if you can do that, you can get to that point. Life just becomes very easy to a certain extent, because you're in control of your mind. Your mind does not control you. There we go, guys. We'll give it another 4 minutes. If this gets triggered, it gets triggered, we're in. If not, we're calling it a session here. It is very low in volatility, so again, if you want to call it a session here now, call it a session here now, because you can see the way it's like spiking up and down, up and down. It's very slow, right? But we have given it this hour, so if it gets triggered, it gets triggered. I think, guys, you know what? It will be sensible to again call it a session here, but you know what? I'll stay here for the next 3 minutes. But markets are a bit choppy now, so is it really worth this? Is it really worth it? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Should we call it a session here, or do you guys want to take it? If you want to take it, fair enough. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat, guys. Should we call it a session here? Come back tomorrow. Fresh mindset. Stay 15 minutes. So, let me just know what your email is, and I can send you my 15-minute rates, okay? Stay 15 minutes tomorrow, EG. We will be hosting the session tomorrow as well. I will be hosting the session tomorrow. We're gonna get ED, man. Let's slaughter the lamb right now. Koli haha, ranging sucks. That's very smart. Okay, guys, look. I made a deal with you. Said we will stay here till 4 o'clock. We stayed here for you guys. We'll stay here. But at this point, look, the markets are not really setting up. We will be calling it a day here, so it will be a no trade day here for us. thank you guys for tuning in once again. We've got so much volatility coming in tomorrow, and the rest of the week will be amazing, guys. So we will be back tomorrow. Make sure you do not miss tomorrow's stream, because I will be very impulsive and I will be very aggressive. So you guys will see me in action tomorrow, maybe average out even 2 trades. So guys, have a blessed day. Thank you so much. Make sure to follow us on socials, and we'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. UK time. Make sure you don't miss out. Take it. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye. See you.